Hooray!
Dang, bruh. 4:06 with the tardiness. The best time we've made in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. If only I hadn't been attacked by a poop attack, I would have even had my memory card ready to go. But I didn't.
I'm feeling kind of poopy, but I had a big poop this morning. I just feel like there's more to go.
Me too. It was like a giant poop. I was like, whoa. I should have weighed myself after that poop.
It makes a difference. There's easily a couple of pounds in a few of these.
Yeah.
I would stay comfortably under 300, but I have been eating quite a bit, and it's been snowing enough to break up my walking schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would walk in the snow if I could probably pick a flatter route. I know there's no chance of me getting up or down that hill if it's slick. Well, I could get down the hill.
Yeah.
So
you need a ski lift to get up to the top.
And the other hills...
And then you just ski down.
The other hills at least have, like, grassy areas around them I could probably walk across. But it takes so much longer to navigate bad terrain.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
The ice storm that we had a couple weeks ago was fucking crazy.
Has it really?
Couldn't get anywhere.
Yes, it was balls. It's all melted.
I couldn't get out the fucking driveway. I mean, a couple weeks ago, like yesterday was fine. It was snowy, but I still had to go to work. I just had to go in late.
I saw a lot of my OKC people like complaining that it was too slick, and I was just like, man, y'all have gotten fucking soft over the years.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like leaving work, I made it home before 5:15 yesterday, and I was like, normally I don't get home till like 5:30 because of the shitty traffic. But there was like nobody out doing anything. I was like, this is crazy, and everything is melted by the afternoon. There's nothing here.
It was the usual suspects of people who complain every time something inconveniences them that the city didn't take care of all their needs. So they're like, why didn't you salt the roads to Walmart from my house? It's like, drive slow, bitch. You've been driving here as long as I have. We graduated from the same class, Elena. Fucking learn to drive.
Yeah. I mean, they did stop salt. Like, at a certain point, like, it was so cold, like, a couple weeks ago, they couldn't even... Salt wouldn't do anything. Because the salt, it decreases the temperature. Basically makes it so that temperature isn't freezing temperature. But there still is a freezing temperature, and it was so low that it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And sand clogs the gutters, so they couldn't do that either.
They could have salted yesterday if they thought it was going to be bad enough, but whatever.
Yeah. But it wasn't...
It's
a big issue anyways.
Yeah, it was a wet snow. It was 28 degrees. There's a little refreeze over last night, but like it was insignificant. It's not.
Yeah, I went to the gym at 3 o'clock this morning, and there's like no ice or anything anywhere. Everything was dry, so all the roads were dry. No problems.
It's gonna kill some people, but it's not gonna kill enough people to put salt on the road.
Sure.
Like that's expensive. How much is a life worth?
Nothing, obviously.
I think it's $25,000.
I think it's probably lower than that. I mean, it depends how intact the organs are, because like if you were to sell them on the black market, what would they cost?
Well, the government has a flat fee for settling, or was it the government? It came up in a Vlogbrothers video a long time ago because sometimes they'll do dark topics, but it's either $205,000 or $25,000. That is like
I think it's like 25,000. But if you do the black market organ stuff, you might get a little more. It's kind of like, whenever you do your taxes, there's like a flat rate that you can do. But maybe if you did it, itemized, you get a little more.
Yeah, I tried to write off my computer, but it was taking me more than 3 minutes to find out where to do that on Credit Karma, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I only made $5,000 last year anyway. But yeah, you could make more money selling your car piece by piece if you can get someone to buy the used parts, or you could scrap it.
Yeah. Precisely.
They should let you do that if you're. I mean, I guess you could just take them to a butcher. You should. The government should ship back any of the fallen soldiers to be pieced out by the family. Right, we could orchestrate that. There's a lot of infrastructure. It's dark, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's job creation.
Yeah, I would just take it to a local butcher. I like to keep it local. I'm sure they'd be happy to help out the family.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's tough. Once you create
real
an
dark.
industry like that, it starts becoming like the rest of the death industry. Funerals are expensive. Coffins are expensive. Funeral flowers are expensive.
Yeah.
They try to sell you on invitations and all sorts of other swag. It's pointless.
Yeah, but to be fair, in some instances, the human life should cost more than $25,000. So.
Yeah, it should. But that's like a pay increase for more mortality risk on the job. I don't think that's the flat fee for like, oh, they got off in Afghanistan. Here's a check. So
Yeah, I don't know.
it's $25,000 is not a
that.
lot. That's not a lot. I don't think you get a check if you lose some money overseas.
It's definitely not a life-changing amount of money. It's not the amount of money that might fill a hole. Unless you get it in ones, I guess.
It doesn't.
And it's a really shallow hole.
Yeah, it doesn't even fill their missing income.
Yeah.
Soldiers
No.
don't make enough, but they
That's
don't
not
make
even
that
a year.
bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's too. Yeah, I think that's a salary increase for a job that is likely to have a mortality.
Huh.
Something like that.
Weird.
I'm talking out of my ass, of course, because I'm trying to remember a video that I'm not trying to remember that hard, and it was a Vlogbrothers video I watched like 6 years ago.
Well, I remember hearing from somewhere about like what. Yeah. See, I don't remember either.
What
It's
a
been
human
while.
life is worth is it's been YouTuber content before, pseudo intellectual vlog type content.
Surely, yeah.
Probably that bald guy who used to do the top tens that got picked on by that fat shaming blonde.
Matthew Santoro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched his stuff and then I stopped at some point and forgot he existed, and then like I saw him on something like an ad for something recently. I was like, holy shit, I forgot that guy existed.
Being a skinny nerd, the advertisement. He had a weird rise. And I think he had a fall because a lot of his top 10 videos were allegedly had copyright issues. He kept ripping other people's top 10 videos, which seems like such a dumb thing to argue about. I'm kind of glad that. I mean, I would say the top 10 market is dead, but Watch Mojo didn't go anywhere.
Well, I think that's probably why it
Because they're winning.
disappeared, because most top 10 stuff is gone. And I haven't seen Watch Mojo pop up anywhere in fucking years either, so I guess I just don't watch that content anymore. Because it's kind of like there's only so many top 10s you can do.
I think there's a place on the internet you can still watch your top 10s.
I don't remember if those are still up anywhere. I don't remember what channel those were on.
Not Idea. I think maybe Zach's vlog channel. I feel like I've seen a few recently, and I was going to tell you about it. Not recent, but maybe I have them on a hard drive or something.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I got rid of everything, but I might not have got rid of the stuff on the secondary idea channels. Like the vlog channel we had over there and the gaming channel. I don't know. I'd have to go look. I don't remember.
Idea Video Blogs is empty.
Okay, then I probably got them all.
Let's check Idea Games. Idea Games is empty. For sure, the main Idea channel is empty, but I'll check it anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, all the Idea
For
stuff,
sure.
but Zach's vlog, I think, is where I saw it. Zach of Idea. Nope, your Zach of Idea is empty. Let me check the channel list of Idea. Maybe I saw it. No, it wouldn't be on Facebook. It's standalone, I don't think. Because most of those are reposts.
Yeah. And they're all just blank. Silence. awkward silence that I'm not going to cut out.
You still have playlists on the Zach of Idea channel.
Yeah, I mean, I use the Zach of Idea channel. That's the channel that I watch stuff on.
I'm surprised that you have curated more than 1,000 things across different playlists. That's a lot of viewership.
I mean, just my liked videos are well over 1,000 videos. Like, over the course of 10 years-ish.
I don't know why I started checking my email. I got my doctor referral for the medical marijuana yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about the timing because I have to get like a photo ID with this address on it. So I did go get my address changed on my driver's license and I got the real ID. But that's supposed to be coming in the mail in 30 days. And my doctor referral is also only good for 30 days. So I should at most have a week to do it if it comes at the last day, but that's assuming nothing bad happens to the documentation.
Why would you have to get an ID with your address on it? Like,
it just seems like that's the best bet when I go through the qualifications on OMMA. Because it's
not necessary. Like, my address is the wrong address.
Oh, okay. Well, now my old driver's license is not my valid driver's license anymore. I had my temporary one. I was also just having trouble coming up with proof of residency that was valid across their list. Like, that's an easy one to get, is a driver's license with your correct address. And then the other one, my company did not put my new address on my W-2. So I had to wait for my tax return to come in with my correct address on it. And other than that, I have a couple of collections to claim a debt on me that came to this address with my name and the right address on it. And that's it, other than Cigar International sending me their junk mail, but the DMV won't even take junk mail to get my driver's license transferred. So I'm short on proof of residency things because I don't pay bills. Just, I don't live anywhere technically. I'm homeless.
Sure.
But since I...
Me too, I guess.
I paid taxes this year still and got my tax returns with this address on it for federal and state. And then when that driver's license come in, I'll have the driver's license and I'll be good.
Hell yeah.
And I didn't know the doctor referral had a window on it till the end of the call. And they're like, this is good for 30 days. And I'm like, dang. I wanted to ask her if I had to spend $100 again to get another referral if I do expire, because I know I can get referred again. I don't know how the re-upping on that works. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't take 30 days for your license to show up.
No, I check every day. I did it at least a week ago. I feel like maybe.
Yeah, I would think like 2 weeks tops, really, but.
It's one of those things, like, sometimes the government surprises you with how quick they are on some shit, and then sometimes it's like they're way out of the... I live in a rural area, which kind of works against me, but it's not as bad as living in Northwest OKC, because I feel like those people are always complaining about getting fucked over, which I think might just come down to them being minorities, but I'm white. I should get my stuff on time.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. It's 4:20 right now.
420 blaze it. Yeah, I haven't even smoked in like 2 weeks.
How about that shit?
Yeah, just one day I was just like, yeah, I don't feel like I need it right now, and I just haven't in the last couple weeks felt the need for it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Whatever. It'll be real interesting whenever I finally pick that back up. I'm gonna get so fucking high. I'm gonna get so fucking high I break my other knee.
I've been trying to do the research on how to do all the acquisitioning and what type of marijuana I'm going to get into. And it was really unclear if the cartridges came like... I had to do research on vapes, which disappointed me that I had to learn about vaping. It almost pushed me to just buying flower.
Yeah?
I might still do it at some point, but I'm getting a vape. Since now that I know that the cartridges that they sell are not necessarily... They don't always sell disposable vape pens when you're buying vape cartridges. You have to have those connected to a battery.
Yeah.
And I'm getting one. I've ordered one that actually just looks like a pipe,
Fancy.
Pretty cool. Huh?
Hell yeah.
They can't seem to sell any vaping equipment on Amazon except for these clever people who put a fake name of the business up and then labeled this item under gifts for men and husbands and labeled it a men's bowling shoe.
What?
I'm gonna send you a picture.
All right.
But I tried to buy it from like bongs.co or whatever the hell. My card will my bank will not let me spend money there. So buying it from the slightly shady Amazon lister was better. The Amazon lister has like 400 reviews. It has 5 stars. So I don't know.
Huh.
But yeah, buying vape shit, buying weed, doing any business with head shops like seems harder to do at the bank if you're not using like weed maps or something. And for some reason, all the dispensaries that I could get to don't like they do sell some pins in store, but I can't tell if they're fixed disposable vape pins or if they're. I'd have to talk to an associate, and I'm kind of getting weed for social anxiety, and I go in there and learn a new thing. It's very, very. I don't want to do that. It's very stressful.
All right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I just do the either edibles or just the normal ass weed. I just don't really do the vape stuff because, yeah, it feels overly complicated.
Now that I think I understand it, cartridges seem to have a standard size for this type of thing. And most of the batteries will work because that's essentially all that the handle part is. It's just the battery. And that seems like...
Yeah, I just don't know exactly what they put in there because there's like different things. Like there's oils and other shit. Like I don't know how all that works.
Your type of terpene is important. I didn't want to go too far into that. But I did. I don't know. They've got it on the packages that you get the QR code you can scan, and it'll take you to like the real breakdown of everything that's in the oil, and who verified it. There's companies in Oklahoma that verify that shit.
Oh yeah,
They're actually pretty well regulated.
Gotten emails from OMMA being like, "Yo, like specific things to look out for," and like. Because there's apparently some companies that were selling like an offshoot of THC, something that is, not good for you and is very can cause seizures or some shit.
The risk of fentanyl scares me.
Yeah, and they're like, so only buy from places you trust, and you can ask for certain paperwork and shit to find out, what the deal is with all that.
No, all this.
Just don't buy from shady people. Buy from certified places.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And they've got stuff that you can, you can scan the QR codes on them and they take you to that database of where it was checked and whatnot. And they've done, there's been some pretty cool things. As much as like people running around putting fentanyl is getting way out of hand and people are just dying all the time to fentanyl. Like, it seems like our particular weed economy is pretty good at regulating and protecting us. Even though
I would hope so.
All goofy names of shit.
Well, yeah, it's weed.
Yeah.
What do you want?
The weed market is loyal as shit. They did not class up anything.
Yeah, that's the thing that I love about like at work, like everybody's sending in their shit, companies and stuff, and it's like y'all have the most boring fucking names in the world. I forget the name of these places immediately because they're all super bland and shit, but then you get the weed companies and you're like, haha, funny pun, or like just like dumbass names of shit, and it's like, this is great. These are funny. These are memorable. Unlike U.S. whatever the fuck. It's just like, it's completely, I don't even remember. It's that dumb. Like, doesn't make sense. They all have the same name.
Around here, they don't seem too original. We've got all the things labeled Beeline because we're on the highway. That's between where there's a short stretch where the highway is 72 and then it's the Beeline and then it's 72 again because that's just our fastest road. So we have everything that's named Beeline, Beeline Liquor, Beeline Vapes, Beeline Dispensary, and then we've got Kush Gardens. I don't know. We don't have any cool like ironic pot store names around here. We didn't have that OKC's South Side didn't have too many good ones either. It was just like weed store 1080. We're like, okay, do you sell cameras? Why are you putting 1080 on there?
Weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting ones around here.
The product names get pretty funny.
That's true.
And then there's just like a style to naming some of these dumb shits.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two cartridges I'm gonna get are from Twisted Extracts because I'm gonna figure out the indica sativa nonsense. And then one's the King Louis the 13, which fine, okay, it's purple, it's royal, I get it. And the other one's lemon haze. I guess it's citrusy. I guess they like purple haze. You're gonna make clouds. It just man, I don't know. I don't know what marketing would make me really happy. I feel like I'm an outsider on this community.
Yeah, I feel kind of like I felt similarly, but then you just kind of like fall into it and you're like, yeah, this is good. I'm good with it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't need them to change the milk industry either.
I don't know what that means.
Well, like maybe if I was annoyed with how they marketed and branded and labeled milk products, it wouldn't shy away me from buying dairy. I'm not going to go to a dairy cult. Like, I'm not going to, like, Mia's always going to all these weed parties and get-togethers and stuff where it just kind of seems like, okay, y'all really like weed. I'm probably not going to
You don't want to go to a milk party, like fucking Clockwork Orange style?
Maybe Clockwork Orange style. Maybe I would go to a Clockwork Orange party where I could dress like a droog with a plastic dick and drink milk with people. That would be fun. I don't know what you talk about there, but...
What a weird party that would be. Sit there and listen to fucking Beethoven.
Yeah, at least we all know that we agree on this one movie having existed. It would be weird to show up to a Clockwork Orange party and be a dissenter on the movie, but that guy would get a lot of attention.
I'm going to make one of these parties one day. It'll be hilarious.
Droog could get together. Droog pub crawl. Oh, Droog pub crawl. There's always that chance that there's a lot of Clockwork Orange fans that want to do hyperviolence instead of just see it.
That's fair. So probably just don't invite those people. It'd be a really bad time for women as well. Yeah, maybe this would just be a bad idea. Just be a sausage party of a bunch of violent dudes.
Yeah. Because it's a big artistic film, but we don't really know who likes Clockwork Orange the most. Is it Stanley Kubrick fans, or is it fans of rape and violence?
Or is it just old people?
By the numbers, it's just older filmgoers. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that they have the hottest passion. That doesn't mean they're going to be the ones to come to the get-together.
That's fair. It's probably just a bunch of fucking film fans, honestly.
That's true. A bunch of nerdy AV dickheads.
Yeah.
Got to meet more people who aren't that good at filmmaking.
Yeah.
Just film fan. Probably
It's what you do.
Probably some local comedians with fucking podcasts. Probably have to go sit on a microphone for 10 minutes.
Why would you want to sit on a microphone?
To keep it warm.
Okay. Doesn't seem very sanitary. People's mouths are near that.
Most of the things that fit on your taint feel good on your taint. So let's think about that.
I mean, what doesn't feel good on your taint?
A
I guess like a
knife.
bike seat after a while. Yeah, a knife. You know what? Fair.
Just off the top of my head. I skipped the funny options. It's kind of funny on its own.
A knife. Yeah, all right. I mean, yeah, but does a knife feel good anywhere?
A Volkswagen Beetle. It's uncomfortable.
Like the back of a Volkswagen?
Yeah. Kind of disappointed you're not high on this call.
Well, shit, I thought about it, but I was like, I don't need it right now.
I went out and got alcohol to join you on being intoxicated for one of these calls, but now it's just kind of like, it's 4 p.m. I don't know if I feel up to, I didn't even bring a real glass out here. I was going to do it right from the bottle. That feels more trash now.
Well, damn.
Yeah, that's whack, bro. You really, now, I don't I don't know if I can. I'll just save this for later, I guess.
I mean, I've only gotten high on like maybe 3 of these podcasts, anyways. So
Yeah, but I thought I was sensing a pattern. Like, dude, 3. If that's 3 in a row, that's been 12 weeks that I've known you to be high. Like, we don't do these that often.
no, it wasn't 3 in a row. Like I haven't. The last time I did it was the gummy thing, and that was, I don't know, a few months ago.
Well, I would just assume. I mean, there's times I just assumed you were. I had no
Maybe
reason
I'm
for
just
that.
a happy guy.
No, don't be like that. That's weird.
You're right.
Happy.
I'm not happy.
What the fuck? God damn
I'm
it.
just happy to talk to my friend.
That's so weird. Yeah, I've been wondering because I know my mom's still a big fan of guilt trips, but it's just like every day I go near them and they like try to ask me questions to force me to speak, and I get increasingly more annoyed at them trying to get me to talk. Like every few weeks I come out and talk to you for 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. And that's all with the talking we need for 3 weeks.
It's scheduled. It's scheduled.
Yeah.
I know it's coming. It's 3 or 4 hours. I don't even have to look at you. I look at the dog the whole time.
Yeah, and that's just better.
It is.
I just look at a timer on my TV.
Because people looking me in the face just freaks me out right now. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's annoying because we want to strike them.
Yeah. Right in the ass.
No. But I guess that's better than punching your mom in the face. It's not good.
Well, I don't know. I think it might be worse.
Guess what I'm recording on?
Zoom?
It is my Zoom. It is, but I got a real microphone clip for my mic. I'm not using a chip clip bag chip clip bag clip.
So are you still using a lav mic?
Yeah, a lav microphone clip. Previously, I didn't have a clip for this
Hot
lav
damn.
mic. I had a wad of tape, and that tape didn't do very good after a very short amount of time, or even the first time, frankly. And I've been holding all my shit to my chest with a chip clip from a bag clip. It could be anything in the bag, a bag clip, but it's usually for chips. You don't clip the chip, but I've always called it a chip clip, but it's a bag clip. It's a clip bag for, it's clamp for bags, bag clamp, chip bag clamp, chip clamp. Clamp.
I mean, pretty sure it's for chips, but yeah.
Chip clip is probably good. I shouldn't have complicated it.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
you do that?
And I actually got a dead cat for the lawns since I'm always out here on windy ass days.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking at my noise floor. It's pretty good. I'll have to see. I also put the low cut filter on for once. So
Nice.
I might have better
I'm
audio
excited.
than usual.
Here's hoping. I need to figure out how to make my audio better. It always sounds so far away, even though my mic is right at my mouth. So I don't know.
I haven't listened to the last couple. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just do better.
it's okay. I don't want to.
Well,
I
dang.
want to do worse, in fact.
Damn. I guess it doesn't
Yep.
matter. I mean, who's listening? Are we going up in views? Let's go back to our YouTube channel.
I don't know. Get on there. We got like 1,000 subscribers. What?
That would be crazy. My subscribers on
Never happened.
TikTok were popping off. I went from like 23 when I started doing the coloring books to 480.
Damn, son.
Yeah, I've been growing at
I have
80.
like 9.
I've been growing at 80 to 90% a week until the new coloring book, Sexy Cosplayers, the one with the girl drinking the bottle of milk on the front.
Yeah.
That has been automatically flagged for community guidelines about 6 uploads. It's been halting.
Really?
Yeah, I have one right now that they've been refusing to acknowledge. It's been under appeal for 2 days. And sometimes they won't go under community strike and they just won't get any views, so I'll re-upload them. It's doing bad. I was doing super good, and then that I'm gonna have to. Even though that Weeb's built my audience, I feel like I can attract enough people just by doing good coloring because the numbers are leveling out. Even coloring books with which I would assume have very little appeal or have nothing to do with waifus, like the Zelda books, are still getting 300 views. They're just not.
Zelda has to do with waifus. What are you talking about?
There's no.
Zelda's one of the number one waifus.
If it's just Link in the page, I don't see a reason for them to show up.
He's a Twinkie waifu.
Kinda.
He's a husbando. It's the same thing.
I really crushed the last Zelda page. It was torchlit. It took place at night, and you can tell. It was pretty good.
Didn't see it.
It was.
I need to follow you on TikTok.
It was on my Instagram. Are you back on TikTok?
I have my Hyrule Vacation TikTok going on. So
I post these hoes.
there's that.
I post everything but the sexy girls on the Instagram. There's still some of the sexy girls on the Instagram, but I started feeling shame about what I was doing.
Well, Instagram's been a pain in the ass because ever since they whenever they got rid of the what the fuck's it called, chronological anything where you can't change it at all, I don't see shit. I don't see anything anymore. It's mostly just ads and just one or two things. It's why am I even over here? You fucking assholes. I heard they were they were gonna do an update where you could switch to chronological again, but haven't seen it roll out yet.
I didn't even know that they switched. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah. I don't see hardly anything from anybody that I'm following over there anymore. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of your shit. It's my Instagram's still rampant with hoes, but that's kind of normal. They post frequently. I should be seeing their stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. It's dumb.
I haven't colored a page in a handful of days, dealing with the community guideline stuff, feeling like it's pointless to upload, or trying to re-upload the same thing. Trying to get a day off so I could just focus on playing video games and doing nothing. But yeah, if I don't have similar traction, because at the rate I was growing, I was going to go into the paid partnership in 4 to 5 weeks tops.
Damn.
I was, because the line is only 10,000 followers, and I was doing 80 or 90% growth a week. So I was getting there. But if I can't get that kind of growth with non-slutty, because there is a case to be made that all I'm doing is helping 13-year-olds jerk off. So I don't want to do that.
I mean, to be fair, that's what a lot of people on OnlyFans and shit are doing too. So,
no, you have to have a credit card on OnlyFans. I mean,
well, I just mean the OnlyFans people, because they post shit that's not the full nude and all that stuff to things like Instagram and whatnot.
Yeah,
I argue their bigger audience is not on OnlyFans.
There's a way to use Instagram where you wind up going there to warm yourself up for Pornhub, and that TikTok doesn't want to be that, and I respect that.
Who warms themselves up before going to Pornhub?
I mean, don't
Let me pregame my masturbation real quick.
Yeah, it's not good to get fixated on a female you can't actually track the nudes for free on, and then go to Pornhub for a substitute. It just feels cheap. But anyway, if I was going to get 5 million subscribers or something, really get big doing that, then I might be able to look the other way on it. But it's still 2 hours of coloring these things. I already drew the line on the anime girls that just look too young. I could just draw a line on the anime girls. I don't know. I don't have a problem with general horniness in anime. I think that's fun for most people. And the coloring is really good. I'm really getting 3-dimensional with these crayons. I'm learning good lighting techniques. I had a mistake with the dark fantasy book I recently posted. I tried to put a blood red sky, and then on their highlights I would have to put a blood red glare. That did not fucking come through very good at all.
Yeah, red is kind of a bad color for highlights. The value is very dark.
Because there was a dragon, and I was trying to show the scales are shiny, and I went with a blue dragon, and then there's just these red streaks on this blue dragon. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, but it probably looks cool. Red and blue go really good together. I mean, depending on... it depends on how dark the blue is, I guess. If you're going with an electric blue, dope. If you're going with navy blue, patriotism, I guess.
I got demotivated and gave the dragon like some regular bone or tan colored stomach and parts too. I don't know. It was kind of mid. I'll do better on the next one. Lame.
You better.
I will.
Okay, good.
And I've got a different book with waifus in it that hasn't been flagged by TikTok yet, so I'll probably just retire the one that keeps causing fucking problems. I still need to do waifus, but the cover of that book gets flagged.
I mean, it's really fucking weird. Whenever I saw it, I was like,
Well, it made me laugh.
The baby bottle thing is fucking strange. It's kind of a lot.
It's gross and weird, and it made me laugh. It has a lot of shock value, but I understand why the algorithm isn't laughing.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm disappointed in it for its lack of adult humor, but there's...
I've kind of noticed similar things with TikTok on my TikTok as well. Like, I have a couple videos that are just, like, sexually, like, there's, like, sex jokes or whatever. Like, one of them is literally just me saying 69, and the little thing says, I'm an adult. And it's like, haha, you only get one view. And I'm like, what the fuck? That was, like, a couple weeks ago.
Now, I wouldn't be concerned if the pattern wasn't so consistent with this particular book. Because, like, every 4 or 5 uploads, you get fucked. That just happens. But...
Well, there's that one, and then one recently, I had a Candace joke.
A Candace Owens?
And that one has 0 views. Do what?
A Candace Owens joke?
No, Candace dick fit in your mouth joke.
Oh.
And that one has 0 views. It's like, all my other ones have like, you know, somewhere between 80 and 300 views on each one. And that was just like, no, 0. I'm like, well, fuck.
Solid.
Yeah.
I gotta keep doing. I don't know. I need to do like a couple of weeks with 0 anime girls to see what kind of growth happens with 0. Because I really got to know how bad the anime girls are affecting it. Because I look at my followers when I get them, and it is a lot of super young males coming in. I did one of the Zelda ones that was really good looking, and then one of the commenters, one of my followers who identifies as a masculinist, commented that I just come here for the submissive, breedable females, but this is really cool, bro.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Of course.
I might not like my audience if I stick with this path.
Yeah.
That's a funny comment, but, you know, if that's everybody that's showing up. Like, maybe he's joking, but, you know, every time you tell a joke and 100 people laugh at it, like, 5 of those people thought you were fucking serious. They really believe that.
That's true. That could be problematic.
Makes you not want to tell racist jokes all the time, but, God, you have to.
I don't think that's true, actually.
You do all the time. Who are you doing it for?
Myself?
Okay.
I'm only racist against humans, all right?
Yeah.
I tell it for the sake of dogs and cats everywhere.
That's important work to do.
Because they know it's true. They're like, yeah, fucking humans.
Submissive, breedable humans.
That's what the cats are saying for sure.
Yeah. It'd be so weird if cats were horny for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just sad.
I prefer that not to be the case.
They're just sad, desperate fetish animals. They're just looking at us all the time. It's like, gotta fuck the shit out of you, but I can't, so I'm gonna go kill mice for 3 days and come back.
Yeah, I think the cats are the ones that say that we're submissive, and the dogs are the ones that want to fuck us. I think that's what the deal is.
Oh, I should stop leading my dog on then, because we snuggle a lot.
Yeah, you're just friend zoning him.
Well, you know, I mean, maybe if he gets out of it, I'll learn something.
Yeah, that's not really how that works.
Oh, people don't get out of the friend zone?
No, not if they were actually in the friend zone.
Dang, bro. Right, because then you would just be friends.
Some people read it as the friend zone, but it's actually just someone wants to be friends. But then there's also the case for the women. They're like, no, I'm just keeping you around because I'm a bitch. You know, There's two different versions of that. One
I've
where
seen it.
the person in the friend zone is the bad guy, and one where the friend zoner is the bad guy.
Yeah, I've seen them trade places. So, a certain friend that I've been roommates with before was kind of getting like progressively saltier that his girl, who that was a friend that he had problems with in the past. It's complicated. Anyway, yeah, when she got pregnant and and she started needing a dude around, she started leaning more on that friend who was in a relationship, and she was trying to fuck that up.
Yeah, that's a bitch, yo.
Yeah, they both bitches, because when everything was cool and she just wanted to have a nice friend, like, she wasn't like that, but, you know, she got scared. She started being a hoe.
Damn. Well, that's how it goes.
It is. That's just what
Humans,
women
man.
devolve into.
Fucking
right, sorry,
garbage.
humans. We're not blaming the
Just
women.
humans. Humans. All of them. Fucking garbage.
You don't you ever get
Yes,
sick
that's
of...
you too, listener. You're garbage. Me too, I'm garbage. We're all garbage.
Don't you ever get sick of blaming the white man, Zach?
Was that a statement or a question?
Both.
Because it sounded like a statement.
It's both.
And then I'm like, is this a question? You're like, don't you ever stop getting sick of blaming the white man.
Never stop blaming the white man. That's right. You want to
blame everyone.
You want to find a new goat? Huh? Think you're going to escape on a brand new goat, an untrained goat? No. You've scapegoated the whites for now.
Nah, I'm blaming the billionaires. It's not my fault. Most of them are white.
You are not getting on board with something that is dangerous that I'm saying, and that's making me feel bad. I recede from my position. The whites are evil.
Well, I mean, humans in general, but mostly billionaires.
Oh, yeah, the billionaires can get fucked. We're going to be eating those people.
Yeah. In our neo-feudalist society.
Not
It's
a
time to eat
neo-feudal.
them.
Dude, we've already marched on the Capitol once, bro. We came close to sticking a fork in somebody.
Yet, but it hasn't happened yet.
Those people,
That's the problem.
Those people are assholes, but they're going to be the ones who really lead the charge. Like, I don't agree with the people who started it, but they're going to start it.
Unfortunately, I don't think they will because they're too busy, listening to people who are big fat liars.
That's true.
They're too busy believing stupid shit that doesn't make any sense.
Marjorie Taylor
So
Greene's
if they do march on the Capitol again, it'll be for the wrong reason. And they all think they're going to be billionaires, apparently.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's not a liar. She's the most honest person in Congress. She's just a complete fucking idiot. She really believes everything she's saying, and she is not motivated by money. She is motivated by evil.
Well, I don't know. She was just caught, straight up lying, trying to save face about going to a
Klan meeting?
Yeah, a Klan meeting, basically. What's that fucking dude's name? He straight up is a white supremacist dude. She went to a Klan meeting, basically.
Is it the guy that's sticking up for Putin, or is it Matt Gaetz?
I think he is the guy sticking up. Nick Fuentes or some shit. I think that's his name.
Whack.
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. But yeah, he was just saying, Putin's fucking awesome and shit, blah, blah, blah. White power. Fuck that guy.
For real.
And then she was like, it wasn't a white nationalist, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it was. Straight up. Look at this. Watch this video that you're in. It's so dumb. She's so dumb.
Sometimes you get invited to an event and you don't know what's up. Like, you just get invited to a barbecue and it happens to be a Klan barbecue.
No, that doesn't happen to me because I don't associate with those fucking people. That only happens if your friend group has white supremacists in it.
Someone already told this joke. This is a black comics joke, I think. I don't remember his name. I saw it on TikTok. It's like, his friend, went out, beers with the boys, wound up at a barbecue, and then people started putting their hoods on, and it was a little awkward to leave, and I looked behind them, and there was some Tupperware. They were the best ribs I ever had.
Does feel like a classic setup to a joke.
Yeah, I stomped all over the joke. I didn't want to ruin it, but I guess I should have told it right.
Yeah, you just ruined it.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a joke at all.
I said
What's
it
wrong
was
with you,
I said it
Jeff?
was a comedian's joke. So I'm not going to be a stand-up ever. I don't even have that dream, but I should just put that.
You just be a sit-down comedian. It's fine.
I don't think I was meant to be a comedian. I think I was meant to make the people I know laugh.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. One day. I feel like a lot of people
Shoot
should
for the
try it
stars.
once. Just do it once.
Sure. I'd watch.
All I have to do is
And
go
boo.
up there and make fun of the crowd.
That's true.
I'm really,
Some
really
people
good at that.
Really enjoy that. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I don't think it's as impressive as writing like a great act, but people do enjoy watching other people get mocked.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You're pretty good at it. You look at someone, you're like, oh, I know what you're insecure about. I could fucking murder you.
Yeah, my parents were mean fucking people. I picked up
I
on it.
will make you kill yourself in the fucking audience.
That would be wild if I got a death at a show. Dude, I'd be tweeting that for sure. I'd start a Twitter.
Yeah. Mad.
That's basically all.
So what you been up to? Other than coloring.
I got my tax return in. And
Oh, yeah?
I bought the shit for the microphone. I got a sound card and a headset so I could, because I was still anticipating hearing back from the weed office about their call center job, but they haven't even looked at my application. State takes so long to move on shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they only hire on like specific days and shit too. It's
Yeah,
dumb.
it's like they're hiring urgently, but their guy that reviews applications is not.
Yeah. Precisely. And then they're like, cool, you'll start the beginning of next month.
Yeah. So I got to be comfortable where I'm at for a little while longer, which I haven't really been doing. I've been missing work. I told them that there was something wrong with the internet, and that's why I couldn't take calls, because I just kept cheating the calls to not connect to me. I have techniques. But anyway, they were like, "Oh, well, send us your internet speed test." So I turned my Wi-Fi off on my phone and just recorded my cell data and for the speed test, and then quickly turned my Wi-Fi back on so I would have that symbol, and then sent them a screenshot of that. So
Wow.
as far as they're concerned, I have 1 megabyte speed, and I can't connect to call. And then it's been,
Goddamn Ferris Bueller over here.
I know. And I hope they don't listen to this, but yeah, allegedly my ISP has the modem and they have to take it off site for inspection to verify it's broken, and then I'll get a new one if it is, or they'll repair it. And I don't know. I don't know how long I'll string this. It's been a week. I don't know.
Damn.
But it's better than showing up, so. And I showed up for a bit. I'd just take it a step at a time. Because I had the insomnia issue for a bit, but I started taking melatonin, and it's been way better than taking Benadryl. Way better than taking Benadryl.
Yeah, I bet.
You can wake up on melatonin. You wake up feeling like you woke up on melatonin.
Yeah. Because melatonin is actually in your fucking brain and shit.
It's a normal chemical like DMT.
Yeah.
It's
And many other chemicals in your body.
I think I'll stick with it. Not because it's safe to drink with alcohol, but because I don't have to quit anything, and it does make me sleepy at the right times, and it doesn't feel bad. Doesn't give me crazy. I was having crazy nightmares anyway, but doesn't necessarily give me crazy nightmares.
Sure.
So that's good.
I had a crazy nightmare last night. There were so many dead people. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I actually woke up.
I saw some dead people. I had to be in a haunted hotel. It was, I don't know why I was there. There was some other stuff that happened off and on. At least there's material. I had a panic.
There was a dead baby. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I ran out of material for nightmares in high school once, and I just saw a pencil and was freaking out like I just had Terror the Chemical.
Wow.
Yeah, my mind ran out. I guess I was terrified of writer's block if I was just staring at a pen. There's things you can project onto it, but nothing happened in the dream, and I was still just I woke up sweating. I was having terror.
Was it extra sharp?
If you go into that yard, I will beat you, dog. It was sharpened. It was sharper than I would usually keep a pencil.
Well, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, it wasn't a Ticonderoga.
Did you just watch The Dark Knight?
No.
Okay. Silence.
That's most of what's been happening. I've been playing video games, doing coloring books, and avoiding work. I need to do some editing, but I've been having the startup problems still. I don't know. I don't know what to do first. It's scary to pick. It's scary to start. It's scary to fail. It's kind of scary to succeed, but I also don't have. I have till April 29th, I think, to finish the trailer for Pharmacos, so I still have a little bit of time. But I'd like to have had it done 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, you should probably just do that.
I could just do that. That's literally what would happen if I did it. I would just sit down and do it.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's true of everything, though. You just sit down and
I would
do
just
it
go
and
back
it's done.
to, those magic words that Shia LaBeouf said that one time.
Don't be a pussy?
Just do it.
Oh.
I think Nike said that as well.
Yeah. It can be an effective mantra if you were doing stuff anyway.
Sure.
I had to pick greatness because it's at a weird crossroad. I don't know. I was really excited to leave this job for another call center job, even though I hate call centers. I bought a headset to take calls at my personal computer to get ahead of it. It just seemed like I would fall into a secondary path. Like I don't know. I should focus on the editing. I've got a good place to get footage to add up to my color grading reel now. And I should be doing a lot. Got to get the trailer done. Got to get that web series. I'm piling stuff together to do self-sabotage. It's more hoarding. I'm just leaving it there. I'm just leaving it there as an obstacle.
Why is it an obstacle?
I don't know, because it stopped me from moving on to, because none of this stuff will actually get me to a place that's good. Like, even if I go back to the call center the whole time, or even if I get a new call center job, I would still be, I guess I would kind of be with the same. If I got a new call center job and I could stick with it, then I would have a new full-time job and I could go back to Oklahoma City and be kind of where I was before I came to live with my parents.
Yeah.
I got to think about what the ultimate goal is, and Pharmacos coming out doesn't matter. Finishing that web series doesn't matter. If I actually got my editing business off the ground, that would be more successful. Yeah, it's tough to pick. But I keep putting these other things in the way that I'm not going to do that I could do. I should be doing. I guess I've never cut a trailer before, and that web series needs to have all the work done. Like, I've only got one episode to cut left, but I gotta do the music and the sound, like the Foley and all that stuff. Settle on a color grade, which I know how to do all that stuff. It's not like I shouldn't be dealing with imposter syndrome. It's just, I don't do that every day, so I gotta figure it out once I get in there. Relearn some things. I did all that stuff for Pharmacos. I've done all that stuff for other projects. I have more time now.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
So
playing video games and flailing.
What you been playing?
Well, tax return came in.
Uh-huh.
And so, I did not buy Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
I bought Elden Ring.
Oh.
The Miyazaki George R.R. Martin collaboration, a.k.a. the new Dark Souls.
Yes.
I need to take a moment to smoke.
Has it been kicking your ass?
How about kicking its ass, bitch? It's kicked my ass a few times. I've had some really rough spots. It's hard. It's a Dark Souls game. It is probably the most polished and easiest Dark Souls game. But there's always stuff in the Dark Souls games that like, we're going to put this here. You can't fuck with it. You can't do nothing about it, but you can try. You'll have to come back later, but you can get your ass beat and lose all your souls if you want. It's fully open world. It's like it's got to be larger than Hyrule. It feels so big. And my map's not even all the way unlocked yet. Yeah, and I'm just going places. I'm going places I shouldn't be sometimes. It's wildly massive open world. There is a guiding line. Like there's a quest. There's different quest lines. Of course, there's always been optional quests and whatnot. But they borrowed from Ghost of Tsushima, where just the general from waypoint to waypoint, what the storyline you're supposed to be at is just like a golden line in the sky, like the wind in Ghost of Tsushima guides you. The HUD disappears while you're traveling. You get no map. You don't see your resources. You could press a button to pull your resources up if you need to check what weapon you're holding or whatever the hell. But yeah, it's just a big screen of beautiful fantasy world with golden ethereal trees everywhere and dragons and shit. Hella
That's
dark
cool.
fantasy. It's just got plenty of disturbing Dark Souls contents, massive orbs of decapitated bodies and then heads falling everywhere. Shit like that. Scary
Beautiful.
things. Yeah, it's great. I love dark fantasy. Combat mechanics have not changed too much. I feel like hitting parries is harder to hit. Dark Souls has always had the thing where even the low-level AIs will fake swing at you and wait for you to parry, and then they'll whiff punish you for parrying too early or parrying a fake attack. And that's just a rampant at the beginning of the game. I didn't land it. I've stopped even trying to parry. But they've introduced guard counter, in which if you hit I think it's either a weak or a heavy strike after they hit your shield, immediately after, you'll get a free hit that has a light armor on it. So that's been the main strategy now, is baiting people to touch my shield like bitches or rushing them down with a big ass hammer. Because I'm going with
Interesting.
I'm going with a medium. I'm going with a high strength medium weight build. So I've got a giant brick hammer and some medium weight armor I can roll around in.
Nice.
And you get a horsey. You get a horsey with a lot of health, since the world's big enough to justify having a horse. And the horse will do double jumps.
Whoa.
Pretty crazy. You get to new places. You have a real jump in this game.
Double jump a horse?
Yeah, first of all, your main character has a real jump, like a useful jump. And then the horse has a
Weird.
double jump, like a big double jump. You could really get to some shit. There's no climbing, but you can Bethesda jump a lot of these cliffs if you're on the horse.
Huh.
Horse combat has also changed a lot of things for big enemies, because you can get in and out relatively safely, and the horse has a lot of health. Like there's a dragon at the start of the game that I basically didn't get hit on because I was able to get in and out on the horse and kill that dragon like pretty effectively.
Damn.
It was good. It's been a lot of fun. It's scary. There's treasure chests that'll teleport you to weird places, and I went to Caelid, which is just this crazy blood moon sky fucking. No, it looks like hell. A lot of poison pits of rots and shit. Things with either no limbs or limbs in the wrong places, casting bullshit at you.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
as
that's cool.
it's just as brilliant as every Dark Souls game, except Keegan is 140 hours deep and hasn't beaten it yet.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's great. It's going to take forever. I'm going to be playing this until Breath of the Wild 2 comes out.
Does anybody even know when that is?
No. Even the
God damn it.
certain articles will come up where they're like, leaker confirms possible date, confirms information about the release date, and it's always, we still don't know anything. That's confirmed.
Yeah.
So
I think
probably
last thing
fall.
I heard was probably 2023.
No. Well, we'll at least have an announcement by fall of this year, I'm certain.
Yeah.
But Zelda games usually come out fall or winter, I think. And they also, the other pattern that they like to follow is releasing on the next console.
Didn't Breath of the Wild come out in March? I think it was March 2017.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it was dual release, just like
Yeah.
Twilight Princess.
So, I would think probably, yeah, probably early 2023. Just because they just made the announcement, Gen 9 Pokemon comes out in November. So they're not going to drop both of those around the same time.
Legends of Arceus wasn't enough for them.
Nope.
What a boner.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the last few, basically since 2016 has been. They've released 8 Pokemon game every year. But, like, the main series games are every 3 years, and Sword and Shield came out in 2019.
So we're supposed
and then they had a remake, and Legends Arceus came out really close together, but there wasn't a release in 2020, so that's the reason for that.
Is Arceus not a main title?
I mean, it's kind of its own thing. Like, the combat and shit's different. It takes place in Sinnoh, basically. It takes place in the Gen 4 location, just like 200 years in the past. So, yeah, it's kind of its own deal.
So the next one's going to be a 9th generation of Pokemon, and it's going to be top down?
Actually, it's supposed to be the first true open world Pokemon game, so we're not actually sure what the deal is, but it's Gen 9 for sure. New Pokemon and everything.
Reposition my mic. Hopefully that doesn't make too much noise.
It's supposed to take place in a Spain and Portugal inspired region. So, interesting. Yeah. But yeah, those would be cool.
Well, dang. Because Legends of Arceus, I was close. I was teetering, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't even... Is Legends of Arceus co-op?
In what way?
Could we meet up in that game if I got Arceus?
I don't actually know. I haven't tried or anything. I haven't seen anything about it. I know we could, like, trade and shit.
But my sleep schedule is working out. I generally wake up at 8 or 9. We aren't two different schedules, but... Yeah, it's not my desired schedule either. I prefer to wake up at 10 and go to bed at 2, but, you know, it's whatever.
Sure.
Elden Ring, I can meet up with Keegan and Timid and play and them's fools and go help with boss fights or get rushed. Keegan wants to do more in the game. We had this problem last time we played Dark Souls together. Is that I think he would prefer to run around with me the whole time, and I don't mind that if that's the plan. But it's such an open world. I want to walk around and do shit.
Yeah.
And then like he was bored, and he Discord will let you stream your game, whatever game you're playing, to your Discord, and just let your homies watch you play. And he was like micromanaging me from Dell City. He was like, do that, do this.
Gross.
You know you could do this, or you could do that. And I was getting mad. I was like, bitch, do you want to hold this fucking controller? He's like, it's just a suggestion. I'm like, dude, bro, fucking stop, bitch. So I got on yesterday. I just wanted to play for a couple of hours discreetly. So I signed my Steam account to appear offline. But my Discord, what I'm not signed into, I guess I was signed into on my phone, like snitched on me, and he messaged me on Discord, come keep me company. So I had to set my Discord to offline.
Did you go keep him company?
I saw other people pile into the Discord, and I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. I will not have an immediate pressure to broadcast my stream until I had to give up and go to bed. So yeah, I just went in, chatted, played. He did want to know where I was and what I was doing in the game, but he's just excited about the game. He wants to know if I'm coming up on a boss, he could come tag in on the boss, because they goshed me. I wanted to grind a really hard boss, and they were like, let us come in and beat that dude's ass. And I was like, okay.
Easy.
Yeah. I beat a really hard one the other day. I walk in, and it's this ancestral monster. It's just like a giant moose god. But I walk in there and I'm taunting, doing my thing. I always like to start a big fight by teabagging and shaking my shield at the enemy in a jerk off motion to see what they do. So he runs at me, I run at him, and I'm like, I'm gonna aerial strike since there's aerial strikes in this game now that we have a really good jump, and he's gonna get bitch smacked by my big 900-pound hammer. And this big fuck off moose god just like antlers me to the ground and then stomps on my face. Just 2 hits and I'm out.
Damn.
And Keegan's watching, and I'm like, he's gonna want to tag in. And he's like, hey, why don't you summon some souls or put a thing down? I was like, I got this. And I run in, and no shit, dude, I get a nearly flawless run on this big ass moose bitch.
Nice.
That's legendary because Keegan just watched me for an hour and a half die to the regular minions on the way to fight the big ass moose bitch. I lost all my souls. I didn't gain a single level in that interaction because I walked out of Moose Bitch's lair, and then I was just trying to get back to the bonfire, and I was fucking around with one of the enemies, and he one-shot me, and I lost my souls. I tried to get back. I tried to get back after that hit because you have to die twice to lose your souls, but there was enough. I was performing poorly outside of that boss fight, not sneaking around, not taking the fight seriously, getting swarmed. You gotta be serious when you play Dark Souls, or you'll get fucked. I got fucked up.
You
by
were just
4
hustling.
Rats.
You were just hustling the boss. That's what it was. You were like, oh no, I got killed by this little skeleton man, and then you go in and you beat his ass.
It worked on the boss. I hustled him, and then I got trapped by 4 like basic rats. My armor wouldn't stop the rats. I got owned by some rats. It's kind of my fault for not dumping more stats into health because I wanted to get my big ass hammer early. I dumped all my stats into strength. But. So I'm always like 4 hits away from dying to rats. My plan is to just not get hit because it's Dark Souls. You can't plan to take hits in Dark Souls anyway. They'll get you.
Yeah, that is fair. Man, I wish that I enjoyed the challenge of that shit more. Just not my jam.
You do have to bang your head against the wall. There's a tree sentinel at the starting area. That's the thing that they're like you to. It's like fighting. It's like having a Lionel in the starting area of Breath of the Wild. You could, in theory, possibly.
Like they do in Master Mode.
Yeah, you might be able to beat it, maybe. But that became my tradition. Every time that I wound up in the starting area, I was like, all right, I'm going to try 5 times to kill this dude until I get him. And I did. I was not even close any of those times until yesterday. I finally took him out because I'm level 30 now. But.
Nice.
Yeah. So what you been doing?
Working and playing Legends Arceus and stuff like that. I've beat like most of the main story in Legends Arceus, I think, at this point. I'm like 66 hours in or something. And then like there was one fight like that was really, really difficult, but I didn't want to. It was interesting because like most of the fights in this game have been like fairly simple. But then you get to this point where it's like kind of like a big ass boss fight. And this dude has 6 Pokemon that are very well, like everything is very set up very, very well. He's got a very, like, just a great team. It's like Cynthia's team in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum situation. So he's got like Garchomp and Togekiss and Roserade and just all this shit that's countering everything perfectly, and it's so hard, and I finally get through it. Like, I have a shit ton of legendaries that are not on my team, because I was like, nah, I'm not just gonna... I have no legendaries on my team. I just have them in a box somewhere. Just a bunch of them. And I'm like, I could do that and just beat this super easy, but that's boring. So I'm just gonna rework my team over and over again, and power them up, and with, like, shit that makes their stats better and everything. And train them and all this shit and go in and do that. And so I beat his team, and then immediately he summons Giratina, and it's like, haha. And all my Pokemon are just like, I have like 1 dude left with half health, and he just fucking murders me. I'm like, god damn it. So I have to go and figure out how I'm going to counter this Giratina without putting legendaries on my team and just strengthen everything up. And then I do it, and I finally beat Giratina, and then it's like, haha, joke's on you, here's Giratina's second form. And I'm like, god damn it. So I had to go back and rework everything again, and finally beat this fucking guy after battling him like 8 times.
Dog.
Something like that. It was nuts. But it was really cool. It's like the hardest Pokemon battle I've had, like, in a normal-ass Pokemon game. So that was pretty cool.
Why are you anti-legendaries? Is that like because you're not Nuzlocke in this thing?
No, it's just boring. I want it to be a challenge because I could have just over-leveled all my shit. I could have just been like, all right, all my stuff's level 100 now, and I can't be beaten. But, like, you know, I was just trying to keep everything around the same level because I want to use strategy versus just, like, I have the most overpowered Pokemon.
I can't find my dog.
He ran off again?
Dude, there's no way he's in the neighbor's yard. No, the fence fortification's holding well.
Huh?
Arthur!
You fortified it?
Yeah. Did he really? He might have just walked down the hill, but that's still... I don't know. I'll see if Mom can watch him if he comes back. Are you at the Elite Four? Is that what you're talking about? No, you said it was just a gym fight.
Yeah, it's like this dude that you battle a few times through. I guess he's kind of like a rival. I don't know. But the whole time I'm like, this guy, he just seems like a bad guy. He's like helping you the whole time. And I'm like, I feel like this guy's the bad guy. And then it turns out he's the bad guy. But yeah. And then at one point I soft locked the game, which was really annoying. I had to wait for them to patch it.
How'd you soft lock it?
Well, I was going along and I saw, oh, holy shit, there's a Cresselia over here. And it's like a big old boss battle situation, legendary Pokemon. And then I caught it without speaking to a person that I was supposed to speak to before that. And there was just, it was fucked up. I couldn't continue the quest because I caught the Pokemon before they asked me to catch it. And so after I caught it, they just kept telling me to go catch it. Dang. And so I had to look up online, like, what the deal was. And they're like, yeah, this is a glitch. You just got to wait for them to patch it, I guess. And I'm like, fuck. This needs to get fixed. Or otherwise, I'm like 50 hours in, and this is going to piss me off if I can't complete the game.
Arthur!
Because I'm trying to 100% this bitch.
Stupid.
So now I'm kind of just at the point of trying to complete the Pokedex. And I think there's still a little bit of story stuff left, but yeah. I think I'm like 40 Pokemon short of having the full Pokedex. So I might actually complete this thing under 100 hours, which is, you know, not what I expected.
The whole Pokedex that fast is pretty crazy.
It's hella windy. I couldn't hear what you said.
I said the whole Pokedex that fast would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it's also kind of cool because, like, shinies are... I've caught a few shinies, which is cool. Like 5 or 6. I'm like, hell yeah.
Arthur!
I could probably just do a whole shiny team right now. Where we were.
You don't want to use legendaries because it's boring. This dude's got 2 Gardevoirs or whatever. Gardenias.
Dude got some crazy Pokemon. He's got Giratina popping up and fucking everything up, and now I gotta go find me a Giratina. But yeah, beat that guy, getting close to the end of the Pokedex, so that's kind of what I'm doing. Unfortunately, they're still like, haha, if you want an Umbreon and an Espeon, you have to do Friendship Evolution, which is bullshit. So I gotta make it my Eevees like me first. You
don't have to just walk them 10K.
They gotta be on my team and stuff and not die a lot, I guess. So there's that, and then there's other Pokemon that are like difficult to evolve. Like Basculin has an evolution in this that's really hard to get because you have to do. He has to take 300 recoil damage without fainting before he can evolve, basically. So that's dumb.
That's stupid.
But, you know, they always got to have like one or two that are awful and hard to evolve. But they did add something really cool in this game where, like, because, you know, certain Pokemon you have to trade to evolve, like back in the day, like, to get Gengar and Golem and Machamp and stuff like that. But they actually made a thing in this where you can just get items that are link cables that'll just evolve Pokemon that have had to do trait evolutions before. So that's pretty cool.
That's dope. Yeah, I'm kind of on board with the exception of a few games. Games just getting easier. Like certain games that are not meant to be challenging. Just take some of the bullshit out. Because it's not a real challenge, it's just pedantic nonsense.
Yeah, it's like the early Pokemon games and shit. Like, people were like, oh, they were so much harder. It's like, no. The leveling just wasn't right. So you had to grind for hours to get to the level you needed to be able to beat the gym. That's not harder. That's just extending the time. Which, like, now, they've made it so, like, they've gotten it to a point where you can make your Pokemon so specifically whatever you want it to be, because they added stuff so that you can just level up certain stats of your Pokemon, because they used to have IVs and EVs basically, and you'd have to breed Pokemon to try and make a perfect Pokemon. Now they have items where you can just, like, they're hard to get. You get them through, like, battling and shit. But you can make it so you're like, oh, his attack is... You can max out attack or speed or, you know, defense, whatever, depending on what the Pokemon, you know, what it would be good at, essentially. So that's super useful. They also have EXP candies that were introduced in Sword and Shield that make it so much better instead of just having rare candies, like where it just gives you EXP and shit. And that's really useful so you don't just have to go grind in places for no reason. It's like, oh, well, I gotta go fight a bunch of fucking Ponytas in the grass for a few hours, I guess, because this is super difficult. Like, or I have to go put my shit in the daycare and run up and down for a couple hours because, you know, it's not a hard game. It's just annoying.
Yeah, poor leveling does make it harder, but that's not as rewarding as beating a tough-ass team.
Yeah.
Just boring.
Yeah. Well, the way that they made the leveling with the EXP candies and shit in this is just better, because you have to, like, they're either really expensive to buy or you actually have to go and fight tough opponents to get them, but it makes the leveling shit up so much easier.
In Elden Ring, they made respecking a consumable item, whereas and I haven't used it or really looked into it, but it sounded like you could just respec, as long as you can spend a few thousand souls on it, you could respec your character quite a few times, as opposed to like Dark Souls 3, where there were only 2 items in the game and you had to go to a specific NPC, and you were like, you're really finite. If you find a new weapon that you fall in love with, you might not be able to use it. You might have to start a new game. Or if you need you need a new strategy to conquer something, or you miss put stat points or something like that, you might be fucked. Instead, they're like, hey, Dark Souls is hard enough. If you feel like respecking will get you over the hump, you can, you know, grind 3,000 souls and respec, and then switch your weapons up instead of just being fucked.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's one thing that you don't have to make hard. The game is plenty hard enough as it is, however you're going to spec.
Exactly.
Just let it be that, because even if it's still hard enough to, like, get enough smithing stones to upgrade a weapon, that is not like I'm going to go jump straight into a glass cannon build or something, or a tank build, and not have to go upgrade a whole bunch of armor to get it as good as my heavy build. Yeah. Like, just make respec easy.
Exactly.
Plenty challenging.
See, like, I feel like that kind of stuff is just getting better in video games.
We've learned a lot.
Yeah.
Because Dark Souls is basically just the level of difficulty of an old 2D platformer. Like, the enemies actually kill you. And we don't get that in too many games anymore.
Yeah.
More and more. There's been more developers trying to make the hardest game and whatnot, but It usually doesn't feel right. They don't hit the mark as well as Dark Souls does.
Yeah, that's why Dark Souls is the Dark Souls of Dark Souls games, you know?
For real.
That's why that phrase exists.
I don't see why we should ever have gift limits on Pokemon Go. I don't know. I know they want you to buy Pokeballs,
Yeah.
but I feel like nobody's doing that anyway. Just give us infinite Pokeballs.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, shit. Normal ass people just walking during the day, in a week, you can have at least 25 Pokeballs.
Yeah, buying Pokeballs is... I guess they could leave it there for whales. It's pretty dumb, but it's still punishing people in rural areas. It should be easier
Yeah,
to
I
get
guess that's
incense,
true.
too.
Yeah, I just don't use...
That's-
to be
that's
fair, I
money
haven't really
grabbing.
been playing that much.
The money stuff, I get it, I guess, if they're making money, but I was struggling to come up with other games that I know that, like... It's really dumb that this is what chooses to be difficult, grinding endlessly.
Yeah. That's true. But yeah, I haven't played anything else. I was thinking about getting that new Kirby game when it comes out.
Yeah, I saw that wasn't that far away.
Yeah.
I haven't played a Kirby game in a long time.
Me either. I mean, I played Kirby All-Star or Superstar or whatever the fuck for Super Nintendo, I guess. Not that long ago. But yeah, thinking about that. I wonder if that kind of shit would work on my channel, doing Kirby. Because I've been like, Pokemon and Zelda kind of the main deal. I don't know.
It comes out March 25th.
Damn, that's really close.
Yeah. Proud of Verizon for not dropping a call on that adventure.
Yeah. Well, if I beat Legends Arceus before that date, or before I get paid again, then I'll see what I feel about Kirby, doing content on that. I don't know.
I want to watch
'Cause
some
that'll
people
probably be a
play.
fairly quick game.
Yeah, I don't want to get it. I don't want to pay $60 for a really quick game, especially since I still don't really know what the gameplay is going to be like after watching the trailers and stuff.
Yeah, this is like the first Kirby game that is like not handheld in quite some time. I mean, technically Switch is handheld, I guess, but I think like the last Kirby game that was on like the main console was fucking, I don't know, maybe N64? Shit, I don't know. Weird.
That dude was jumping over rocks and dashing through the woods. He looked happy out there.
Well, maybe just leave him out there.
I know I haven't played fetch with him today, but it's, you know.
He was trying to find the right stick.
That would not be surprising to find him, because he runs up to the fire pile and picks up logs that are literally the size of him and just drags them to different places in the yard.
He's getting swole.
He is swole. He's getting buff. He's not getting any taller, but he's reaching his full weight, and it's muscly.
He's working on those neck muscles.
He's getting some pit bull looking neck muscles.
Yeah.
He's handsome. He's a handsome boy.
Yeah. So you watch anything, bro?
I feel like I have. I feel like I finished. Oh, I did anime. I watched the original Hellsing anime.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it ended kind of abruptly, and even the reboot only has one season of also, I think, 13 episodes. They didn't continue the first series because the anime got ahead of the manga really, really fast, and the director lost interest in the project. They didn't have any material.
Huh.
So the ending of the animes it's kind of like Game of Thrones if they did it all in one season. Nothing makes sense.
Ew.
Yeah, it wasn't an unsatisfying ending except for the fact that it ended on just like some title cards that told you what kind of happened, and did or did not leave. I don't know where it was supposed to go from there. I was interested because I was like, all right, we know where all the characters stand now, really, like the limits of their power, what vampires really capable of in this universe. Really cool. The police girl, the like pseudo second main character, actually like developing some kind of personality and potential. Great. And then it's like, oh, there's no season 2 anywhere in the world. I should have looked into that before I started. Because it was beautiful. It was a great looking anime. A lot of Dracula type of shit. Health, vampires, evil Catholic Church stuff. Really great fight scenes.
Yeah.
Zombies. There was Zambos. There was some Zambos.
Hot damn, son.
A lot of blood. Very bloody anime.
As they all should be.
Just hard to feel excited for anything. I guess it was good. It was okay.
Yeah.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
I ain't never watched it. I feel like I probably saw like an episode or something on Adult Swim or Toonami, whatever it was on.
It's only 13
Probably
episodes.
Adult Swim.
It's one season. It is pretty good. I feel like it was Adult Swim at one point. The dub is good.
Alright. Well, maybe I'll add it to my anime list since it's really short.
Yeah, you get through it quick. I think it's 40-minute episodes.
Ugh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Might be 30. It's a cartoon. I don't know. It doesn't feel long. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, I would think like 20-ish minutes.
I think they are 40 minutes.
That's crazy. That's a
Yeah.
long-ass anime.
It is. I remember watching Closer with Mom because she's rewatching The Closer. We're on the last season. Other than watching that character routinely like take away people's rights to get them to confess to crimes, it's great. It's got a lot of great drama building up in it. Like each little, the hook where she always gets them to confess is always good. Like for all the episodes back then, they were doing 23 episode seasons. There's like 7 seasons of this bitch. They found like 400 different ways to like make a confession compelling and believable. But she's got to do some things that just make cops look disgusting.
Of course.
It's kind of hard to root for these people.
But the old people that watch it love it.
Yeah, Mom's always just like, got him, and I'm just like, they really, really are evil people. I know they're catching murderers, but they're also evil. And they lie.
Who's more evil?
They lie about so many things. There's so much they like. You hear the word entrapment, but that doesn't really mean very many things, but you just feel like it should. God, getting people to confess is important, but even when the confessions get thrown out, sometimes people still like wind up dying. Crazy.
That's how it be.
What you been watching?
In your procedural dramas. Not a lot. I can't think of anything. I didn't make a list. I went and saw The Batman. So
That's
there's
exciting.
that.
I'm interested to see that. I don't know when it's coming to streaming.
One day.
I wanted to watch Free Guy for the podcast because that's free on Disney Plus right now.
Oh yeah. I should. I'm like torn whether or not I want to watch it because like I do, but I don't. I don't know. But The Batman, I went and saw it. It's a very, very long. It's the longest long movie ever made. Not really, but it's fucking long. It's like the 3rd longest superhero movie ever made.
Jesus.
Behind Endgame and Eternals.
And Batman versus Superman. Or sorry, Dawn of Justice, whatever. The Snyder Cut was 4 hours.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so there's I really don't know how I felt about it. I need to watch it again. Because it was like, hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, not sure how I felt about it. like it's kind of my favorite version of Batman, like from the comics and shit. Like really serious, kind of noir, very detective-y, like solving problems and shit. But I don't know if I like it in movie form.
Weird.
It's kind of like it feels like there's no personality there at all. Like this is kind of the Batman where like it's such a weird thing because like in comic form it's great because you're just like in his head the whole time. This is a lot of narration, but so that's kind of a thing. But it doesn't. You in the comics. You're either seeing it from someone else's perspective, looking at Batman and being like that fucking guy, or you're just inside Batman's head the whole time. And in movie form, it just feels off. Like he doesn't feel like a complete character. And the way it's written like a fucking noir thing. It's like nobody fucking talks like this. None of these characters feel like real people at all. It all feels like it's well written, but it's written so stylistically that like nobody is believable as a real human. And it's kind of like it feels like it should end like it felt like it had way too many endings. Because you get to the point where it's like, aha, the Riddler is caught, and then it keeps going and going and going, and then it's like now we got to see Batman be like heroic or some shit. And yeah, I don't know. I need to watch it again. Like it looks really fucking good though. It's very. I mean, obviously, it's Matt Reeves. He did, like, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War of the Planet of the Apes. It's very well shot and directed and acted. It's just the style of the thing feels... It's hard to sit with that for 3 hours, I think is kind of where I'm at.
Dang. Because that sounds like an interpretation people would have been rooting for. The detective Batman.
And I haven't heard... anything like I haven't heard any bad reviews or anything about it. I haven't gone looking for reviews or anything, but it seems like most people seen a lot of stuff being like this is the best Batman since the Dark Knight, blah blah blah. It's like maybe, but I feel like the Dark Knight is still way better. It's way better than Dark Knight Rises for sure. But yeah, And the other thing is, like, I felt like story-wise, they were pulling from a couple different places, and honestly, I feel like they should have just done what felt like the main inspiration for it is, it feels like Hush, like they even mentioned characters from Hush that, would have been the main villain, and whenever they did the animated version of Batman Hush, they had the Riddler as the villain, which was like... okay, so maybe that's kind of what they're doing here. But then it turned out that it wasn't. And it felt like they should have probably just done that instead of pulling from, like, Batman the Telltale Game and, like, The Long Halloween, because it just made it unnecessarily long and kind of convoluted in a way. I kind of wish that they would just... if they're gonna sit here and adapt like a story from the comics, just fucking do the story. Because what happens whenever they're like, but we'll change it with this, and this. It's like, cool, you made the inferior version of it. Like, that's all you did. You could have just made that version. Like, it doesn't have to be like, and the twist is, it's not who you think, person who read the comics. It's a different thing. I don't know. It feels weird.
But people have been rooting for that since Robert Kirkman started writing the Walking Dead TV show, and he's like, hey, if you read the comics, we still have a lot of surprises for you. People kind of liked that. But you can't cobble too many things together and make a sloppy 3-hour movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to know what other people thought, because, yeah, for me, it just... like I said, I need to watch it again, like knowing what happened, I guess, because going through it, it just kind of felt like a slog for most of it. And then when it finally picked up, it just felt like after the initial what could have been the ending, it just went on way too long. I don't know.
I sat down to watch Kevin Smith's review for it because he did a Fat Man on Batman. I was like, this will be cool. And then he started, and I was like, I don't actually want spoilers. I'm gonna wait. So I don't really know what the people are saying.
Yeah, and Kevin Smith likes everything, so.
Yeah, but Mark Bernardin would shit on it.
That's true. That's true. It's hard to get an honest review from Kevin Smith because he just loves everything, which is awesome for him.
Yeah, it's great. Super jealous.
Yeah.
I had trouble feeling sincerity so much. I don't even know when I liked stuff. I know I loved Peacemaker, but that's, it's kind of got to get me at that level at this point.
Yeah. Peacemaker was great.
Really
Love that
was.
show.
Did you see the end yet?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that, did we?
No, because
Or
last
did
time
we? I don't
you had
know.
only seen the first 3 episodes.
All right. Yeah, I watched it all. It's fucking amazing.
Did you learn the dance yet?
No, because I don't really watch. I haven't. Like, I watched it like the first couple times, but after that, I skip it because once again, I don't have time. I watch it when I'm eating breakfast.
It's not that
I got
long.
shit
The
to
intro's
do.
not that long. You hear that comment section? One of the people who watches the show keeps skipping the fucking intro. We had an agreement
It's
about
just me though. No one else does.
that. Nobody else is. Everyone's stoked about the intro.
Yeah, people love it.
You go to
It's
the
kind of
HBO
like awkward to me. It's like it's interesting, but it's also awkward, and it makes me cringe a little bit. So with like they all have like super straight faces and they're doing the fucking goofy dance, and I'm like, it just feels weird to me. I don't know.
It's beautiful. It's sincere. It's awkward. It is very much Peacemaker. Because that's kind of him. He's the cool. He's not a cool superhero. He thinks he is, but he's really awkward around people and he doesn't understand it. So he's got this great rock dance performance, this great 80s dance performance piece with his friends, and everyone's super weird about it. They're trying really hard, but they're not really connecting. It's great. Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with the intro for season 2. Like, if they're just going to be like, and these characters are all dead now, and then if they're going to just do, like, the same thing again, but with, like, characters that'll be in season 2.
Yeah. I mean,
Or if it'll be a whole new dance, or what.
the 11th Street kids are alive, except for the black guy. But he was an
Yeah.
alien, so
Yeah, who needs them?
loser.
And then the Justice League at the end, that was funny.
It was funny.
Felt a little weird that the Flash was like, that's not a rumor. It's like, wait, so are we just saying that Aquaman like really does fuck fish? Like for real? Like, because Peacemaker saying that obviously is like, yeah, because Peacemaker would think that. But now the Flash is like, yeah, I also think that. It's like, that feels weird.
Yeah, I wonder if Zack Snyder's going to have to take that ball anywhere. He's just going to ignore it. Because I was surprised to see both those actors in that cameo.
Yeah, I definitely thought that it was just going to be like silhouettes or whatever, which obviously it was for Superman and Wonder Woman, and I guess that's all that was there.
I'm disappointed in everyone who did not show up for that cameo.
Well, Henry Cavill isn't around anymore. Gal Gadot would be very expensive, and they didn't have Batman there because they don't know what they're doing with Batman right now.
They have all the motion tracking data for everyone's faces. They could have done something.
That's true.
That would have been expensive and annoying to do, but it's,
Yeah, because they had Superman in Shazam, but Henry Cavill wasn't like, they weren't sure if Henry Cavill's coming back as Superman, so they didn't have his face in it. Because they don't know what they're doing because they're doing like a Supergirl movie at this point. They don't know what they're doing with Superman. Or Batman, because the Flash movie that's coming out later this year or early next year has Michael Keaton's Batman in it, as well as Ben Affleck's Batman. And I guess the rumor going around is that Michael Keaton's Batman is going to be fucking sticking around. So, I don't fucking know.
That's a good setup for Terry McGinnis if we're going to go beyond, and at this point, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's true. Since they somehow fucked up Batman. But then they came out with this movie and everybody's liking it a lot, so. But I guess this is supposed to be kind of outside of the DCEU.
Yeah, so is
I
the
don't know,
Joaquin Joker.
Yeah. But I think they, like, I don't know if this is like it's not really a spoiler, I guess. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but it feels like they're trying to shoehorn in a new Joker at the end of the fucking Batman. Like, we didn't see him or anything, but there's just a voice and mentions a clown and laughs, and it's like, are you... If this is any Joker, it sounds closest to fucking Jared Leto, like, and I know he's out. So this is I don't know what this is.
Matt Reeves confirmed that Joker was in Arkham Asylum in the movie in an article.
All right. So then, yep, that whoever that was the Joker. That's really strange. I hate that they did that. That's fucking obnoxious. Joker doesn't have to be in fucking everything, guys. Ugh.
Yeah, and what are we gonna do? How many? I mean, do we need to do Flashpoint every time we see the Flash? We'll get rid of it.
Yeah, I hate that as well. It's like we haven't had a normal fucking Flash movie. We haven't seen him do anything.
Go to his biggest
Zack
story arc.
Snyder's Justice League actually gave us a little bit of the Flash, but like everything else is like we don't know who this fucking Flash is, and you're already gonna do Flashpoint. You're gonna do the thing that resets the fucking universe like off the bat with his first movie. All right, that's dumb.
Yeah, there's only so many Flash stories people are well aware of, so they got to get creative after Flashpoint.
Yeah, or they can, draw from shit that is out there that people don't know a lot about.
Yeah, which I would watch. I'm not that excited about the Flash.
Yeah, I'm kind of, a few years ago I'd have been like, superhero movie, I'm going to see them all. But now it's like Sony's putting out a lot of garbage that I don't give a shit about, and DC's kind of like, I don't know. I guess, like, I want to see The Flash, but it's really just to see what the deal is with Batman. Which is fucking sad. They can't just make a good Flash movie. They got to be like, up and we got Michael Keaton's Batman in it. It's like, well, that's fucking weird and interesting, and I'll check that out. But, like, why not just the fucking Flash doing something cool? He's got some stuff out there. Goddamn. The Flash TV show was incredibly successful for like 6 seasons. Like,
yeah.
The character can stand on its own.
Can he? Because I thought the TV show was lame. But,
Well, that's fine. I thought at a certain point it fell off because there was no evolution, but that's just proof that people like the Flash. Like, they can do a different Flash story.
Yeah, I can eat a dick. People did love the Flash.
Yeah.
That's not up to me. It's I'm not invested in the Flash. He was only cool when his power was important in the Justice League, and even then it was still like, okay, he's got to run someplace. We know he can do it. He's not that interesting to me.
Yeah.
This cast of rogues. A Boomerang Man, and then the other Flash.
Boomerang Man. Yeah, he died in Suicide Squad anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't have a great rogues gallery. I don't care about his city. I don't care about his family. I don't really care about him. People were
not even trying to make people like you care at all.
I felt like people were picking Flash as their favorite superhero just to get away from Batman and see. Well, I don't know who actually. There's a lot of people who think Superman's the best just because of America, but I don't think anyone's really serious about Superman.
I mean, for the longest time, nobody liked Superman.
Batman's so cool. It's about Batman. That's the DC Comics is about Batman. Wonder Woman's really cool. Green Lantern's really cool. I actually like Aquaman too, so I like the DC characters.
I think there's a chance for everybody to like shine, but at the same time, like I'm kind of like I'm more interested in the shit that they're doing with Black Adam, which is kind of obnoxious because it's The Rock, but like the characters that they're bringing in there, like they're doing Dr. Fate, they're doing Hawkman. It's like, bro, that's where the fun is. We're getting the super obscure fucking like Egyptian shit over here. Let's go play over there. That sounds super cool. Yeah, the kind of the main shit that they're doing now, it's like you guys brought in the Justice League as basically your first fucking thing. It's like, here's Superman, and then in the second one, it's more of a Batman movie, and we're also introducing all the Justice League, and then we did the Justice League real bad, and now they're like, well, so many of these people don't have contracts anymore, and we're not really sure what we're doing with Superman and Batman at this point. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you broke your tent poles of the franchise.
Yeah, you fucking rushed into it and wrecked shit hard, and now I'm looking forward to like some Justice Society, some fucking Justice League Dark weird shit. Which, you know, if they play that well, then cool. They can actually kind of stand apart from Marvel, but at the same time, Marvel's starting to get into their weird shit. They just didn't fuck up with the Avengers immediately.
People will still show up for the next Wonder Woman, I believe.
I mean, I don't know, man. Because, like, people liked the first one fine, but then the second one was incredibly bad.
I would say it was medium bad, sir.
Did you actually watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh, nice.
It was okay.
I feel like I liked it more than a lot of people, but most people fucking hate that shit.
My mom acted super surprised to see the original Wonder Woman in the end credits, and she was like, Aspen, and I was like, dude, you really did not see that coming? And it was a lame place for her to be, too.
Yeah. But yeah, now you know what I was talking about, the whole cheetah thing where you couldn't even see the fucking fight at the end.
Yeah, and another Wonder Woman CG brutalized boss fight.
Yeah.
And I hope that pattern dies. I don't blame Patty Jenkins for it, but you know they've got to do something with those fights.
Yep. Sad.
You can have a big CG fight, but it's got to be big. It's got to look good.
Yeah, which I felt like that movie looked fucking great until that part, really.
They wasted their budget in the wrong areas, or they just didn't have a plan. That might have been blank on the script, and they fight.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a thing that they're just doing really fucking hard with these movies off the bat. Like, you know, Batman v Superman did kind of the same shit where they're like, hey, we're gonna do one of Superman's biggest villains ever, Doomsday, and do it the worst way possible. So then they did the same thing with Wonder Woman. We're gonna take one of her biggest fucking enemies and do it the worst way possible.
The only two people on the planet who can show up with cameras and ad-lib a giant CG scene are Michael Bay and Zack Snyder. Everyone else has meticulously planned these things, and it's supposed to be expensive. And like, Michael Bay's pretty notorious for not having a notebook and then shooting all these Transformer scenes, just pointing the camera places and telling people where shit will be and directing them through their reactions. And then, of course, Zack Snyder's scenes, they happen quickly. I mean, it seems like his production timelines are shorter on those days than most people, but they're clear. They're big moments in all of them. They're very attentive to detail, and they look good. Sometimes they don't mean anything and they're stupid, but they look pretty good.
I would say most of the time they look good. Batman v Superman, there was so much good in that, but the end fight with Doomsday was not that good.
Yeah, it was whack.
Just too much fucking.
It's because Wonder Woman was there.
And gray and she was the best part of that. Actually,
it was.
In my opinion.
way the coolest part.
She's the only one that actually. That was the point where it's like, oh my gosh, she actually feels like Wonder Woman here and nowhere else in the movie. Where she's like, hey, I'm gonna go fight this big fucking monster and shit and have fun doing it. It's like, yeah, you. And then, like, Batman and Superman throughout that thing were just doing shit completely out of character throughout that entire movie.
It's not like Patty Jenkins can't do a great Wonder Woman fight scene because the no man's land and then the first fight in that city where she was going around beating the shit out of the military was pretty cool.
Fucking awesome.
She had those she had fucking shield tricks and fuck ever. Like, that was pretty great. And then the boss fight was
so
whack.
weird. The boss fights at the end of both of the Wonder Woman movies just felt like, and now we're on a green screen set for sure. There's nothing in the distance. Everything is gray, and there's smoke and fire everywhere. Cool. I guess there wasn't fire in the cheetah fight, but it was smoky and dark. And she'd have never stood long enough to see her fucking face.
Peacemaker's just as good with a shield as Captain America is. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I feel like he used the shield, like... I don't think we've seen Captain America ever use a shield as much in one instance.
It was cool, especially when he was like cutting people up with
Decapitating people.
He shot the shield into somebody's face with a Desert Eagle. Fucking sick.
Yeah, that's dope.
Steve Aggie just he's like, you could get hurt if you go out there. She's like, I have to save my friends. He's like, I'm gonna hop this fence.
Breaks his leg. Fuck yeah.
So funny. James Gunn's the
I'm
goat.
definitely like that's the shit that I'm kind of looking forward to now is Peacemaker season 2. I want to see what happens. And now there's just one butterfly hanging out.
Yeah, Doom Patrol's they're not coming back anytime soon, but Doom Patrol was also a good offbeat thing for DC.
Still need to watch that. It's on my watch later list.
I could say it's overrated, but I could also say I enjoyed it, so people can fuck off. And it is weird, and I wanted weird at the time.
Weird is good in this pretty stagnant time period that we're in. I mean, I think I still think the MCU is doing stuff pretty consistently, but fucking Sony's over here being stupid, being like, "Here's Morbius." I'm like, "Oh, that looks boring as shit." And why are you still hiring Jared Leto to fucking lead anything?
I'm not gonna watch that.
Who likes Jared Leto? Does anybody fucking like Jared Leto at all?
No, I think people who like what they're told to like Jared Leto.
Like that's insane to me that he's still getting hired for shit.
Yeah, he's the Taylor Swift of actors for sure.
I never hear anybody say that they like Jared Leto. I hear plenty of people say they like Taylor Swift.
That's true. Taylor Swift is way cooler than Jared Leto. Let Taylor Swift be the fucking Joker. Why not? I've been surprised by casting before.
Yeah. But yeah, so like Morbius looks boring as fuck. I'm just like, dude, it's just gonna be boring and paint by numbers like goddamn Venom is. It's like trash.
At least
Trash
Taylor
movies.
Swift. At least Taylor Swift did a hostile takeover of her masters by just re-recording all of her old music.
You know too much about Taylor Swift.
I watch things that people talk about stuff. I don't listen to her. Dude, I'm still an angry millennial. I will not listen to Bieber or Taylor Swift. They're dead to me. They always have been. But that's kind of cool. That's a cool thing to do, to like middle finger the record companies that are holding your shit.
Sure.
I support that.
Hell yeah. Fuck the record companies.
Yeah, get them, Swifty. I'm not gonna listen to you, but whatever. I'll high five you if I see you, but I don't. Please don't fucking play your guitar for me. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Nobody needs that.
We really don't. Man, cigars are nice. Sunset, little whiskey. Just chill. Just chill. It's been too cold to be out here smoking. Just a struggle smoke if I'm out here just smoking when it's cold and I'm just watching podcasts. It's not the same.
Good scrub.
I could bring my Switch out here sometimes to play games, but my hands get cold. I don't know.
Grow a third long.
I haven't broke out the laptop and written anything in a long time. I haven't been trying to write. I was in a really good pattern of taking an evening walk and then coming out here with the laptop and having a smoke and a writing session. It was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard to learn to not smoke inside because I had everything connected to smoking. Every time I would edit or write or play video games, all of the stuff, I was always smoking while I was doing it for years. And now I have to sit down there and it's like I'm an actual smoking addict, like a real cigarette fucking loser. You know, relearn to do that shit. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, that's true. I remember when I was a fucking cigarette smoker, like, all the time, like, fuck. Many, many years ago when I was working on my books and shit, I would smoke constantly. I just chain smoke. Don't do that no more.
The nootropic effects have a great benefit to focus.
Yeah. Wow, it's almost been 4 fucking years since I smoked a cigarette.
Fuck yeah, bro. We'll get you back
That's
on them.
crazy. The end of this month will be 4 years.
Yeah, allegedly Audrey's quit smoking too. So there's not. I would say next time we get to go hang out at John's garage, but fucking make you bum a cigarette, do a social smoke.
If that'll ever fucking happen. Number one, I will never do that.
He's talked
Number two, if we ever go to John's house again.
He's talked about it. I think it has been in the last 3 weeks. I did repair. I didn't really repair. I do have a vehicle again. The parents' Ford Escape just had a dead-ass battery. And the Ford Escape, if you want to change out the battery, for some reason it's got the normal protective hood and shit on it, but also the dust cover and the windshield wiper assembly are above the battery, and you have to take all of that shit out to change the battery. And so now the windshield wipers are off balance because I can't nail the balance for some reason. One of them won't go all the way up. It's too tight or something. I don't know. It's a little bit tricky to put the windshield, like not just change windshield wiper head like you do every year or two, but like to change it, put it back on the motor. You gotta turn the car. You gotta let the motor zero out. There's a place to put them precisely. There's a certain amount you can tighten them, I guess, that I didn't nail. One of the windshield wipers won't go all the way up like it's supposed to. I feel like that's because I started the car while the windshield wiper was iced over. But yeah, for like a few times after I started the car, the windshield wiper would just go under the hood. It's stupid shit. To change a fucking battery? Are you kidding me? Ford, fucking assholes. Dumb. Changing a battery should take 40 seconds.
Agreed. I don't even know what my engine looks like. I don't even know where my battery is. I have not opened the hood since I got this vehicle.
That's the dope thing about a new car for 3 or 4 years. You ain't got to do shit.
Huh. Well, it's almost oil change time. And then tire rotation time.
I take it in for the oil change. And I'd never do a tire rotation. I really should. Yeah. You can get, there's some places you get a tire rotation pretty cheap, but other times it is like $50.
Damn.
I don't know what it costs. I would, if I had a floor jack. How many jacks do you need to do this? I don't know. I could go to John's house and do a tire rotation because you're just rotating the tires, but you got to have at least 2 of the tires off at the same time. I think they have to be on the same. You can't do back. Yeah, because you could take the back left one and move it to the front, but that means you have to have the whole half of the car up at one time, which is possible.
Yeah.
Just seems like 2 jacks would be a better idea in that situation. It's mildly difficult. It's not going to take that long. It's not really hard or intellectually hard, but do you have enough jacks?
Hopefully just don't flip the car over.
Yeah, do you have enough jacks to do it? Do you have enough jack stands? If you have, that'd be the easy solution. You need 1 jack, and then you need 4 jack stands. Just prop up the whole car.
Yeah, just roll the car over and then do all 4.
Just pick the car up, set it on its back, change the tires, put it back down. Easy.
Or you just go to the mechanic, and then they lift it up in the air, and problem solved.
That's true. Yeah. I take it in for the oil. I'm pretty lazy. It's really easy to do oil, but it's fucking.
I don't trust myself.
You can get it done so cheap now. I got the oil changed on my dad's truck before I returned it. Before I got the Malibu, when my truck died, and I borrowed his Ranger, and he's like, "Yeah, I went down there to check the oil, and the full oil filter fell off." It's like, dang, dude. I don't want to double check the mechanics work.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust myself for that shit.
If it falls
too much
off,
stuff.
Fault.
Yeah, there's too much stuff just in normal life where I'm like, did I actually do this thing? Did I do this thing? I'm not sure if I did this thing. And I sit there and second guess my shit. You know, like turning off the stove or whatever. There's been multiple times I've walked back downstairs to double check. You know, it's just how I am. So if I do that shit with my car and something happens, I'll be like, oh fuck, this is my fault. I did this. Awful.
I think I'm done twiddle fucking with the computer for a while because I got a media bay for the front of the computer because I have those unused 5 1/4 inch bays, and I was like, all right, I'll get a hot swap hard drive tray for the front, so if I need to offload footage from a big real hard drive, I could just pop it into the front of the computer.
Oh yeah.
Because those are only like $20, and then it's also only $20 to get a media bay, which has like every card slot on it, and then some USB 3 points and USB-C port. And that's just some cables.
Huh.
It didn't take much, but even that, I was cracking open the thing, plugging all the shit in. I know I did it right, but I've also kind of confirmed that there's a dead spot for my USB 3 point on my motherboard. Because I had a dead USB 3 port for the front of my case, and then I put this new one in, and then I have one dead USB 3 point on the new shit. So I don't know if that's
Weird.
dirty pins or if I'm not making good connect. If I didn't plug it in all the way for some reason, but I've got a dead USB 3 port no matter what. Kind of sucks. Because I was excited to get those extra ports. There's only one USB 3. Outlet on the motherboard, so it's got to be that. And I'm using a new cable and a new port, so it's got to be the motherboard pins or a trace on the motherboard. It's not anything that's causing the connection to breaking the connection, because it was like a broken lead. The whole motherboard wouldn't work, so it's got to be something unusual. It might even be that port's turned off for some reason. Might have to go find out how that's done. My workplace does that to the work computer. There's some USB ports that are just straight up shut off, so we can't plug in extra peripherals.
Well, that's rude.
Yeah, that's so that I don't put a thumb drive in and copy a bunch of insurance information and sell it to somebody.
Well, why can't you do that? That seems perfectly fine to me.
That works out for me. I don't mind. Big paycheck on stuff like that.
Yeah. And then you don't have to work there anymore.
Yeah, I just have to go
you'll
to
be
jail.
in jail. Yeah. It's the same reason I can't have my phone out at work.
Too many sensitive documents.
Exactly. It's, gotta do fucking training and shit that's like, hey, don't write down people's information and steal it. It's like, really?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
God damn, I didn't. This isn't common sense. You fucking idiots.
It's really not, because police are going through your data all the time, and they're checking on you, checking up on their ex-girlfriends and shit, and finding out who they're dating and running background checks, all sorts of creepy stuff. But
I guess, but we don't really have access to that kind of shit.
you have their tax documents. You can get all sorts of stuff.
No, I don't think it's as thorough as you think it is.
I really don't know I don't know what's going on. That's not my job. I don't know what's going on up there.
Yeah.
My job is to make accusations, not to prove them.
My job is to figure out where these idiots want their money to go.
Valuable work. Valuable work.
Yep. Especially when they're really stupid and just send in like a money order with no information on it, with nothing else, and it's like, I don't know why they think we're psychic, but we're not.
I might even dare to say it's essential.
To put your information on your shit? Yeah.
No, what you're doing.
Pretty essential.
It's an essential job. You're one of the essential workers.
Yep. Yep, I'm one of those people.
Are you essential enough that if the government shuts down, you still clock in?
Yes.
Nice.
I guess.
I was worried about that if I go take the weed call center job. It's like, that's definitely not too essential. It
might be, depending on how medicinal they think it is.
But I would also be handling people's business licenses. So it's fucking with their tax revenue.
So that's pretty essential.
Yeah. But there's better paying, seemingly more difficult jobs that they don't consider that essential. So I don't know where that would fall. And the government likes to shut down a lot when they're playing chicken at Congress.
Yeah, fuck those people.
Fuck them indeed.
I hate them.
I hate them more.
I don't know, man.
Well, I hate them a lot.
Maybe we hate them equally.
I would settle for that, but honestly, I feel my own hate. I don't feel your hate. You know?
I mean, that's fair. But I mean, there's very few people that I wish were dead. Complete that sentence if you want.
With a list of names?
No, I don't have I mean, maybe there's a mental list, but, allegedly, there could be. But, it's kind of just maybe all of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
it's kind of just the whole goddamn system.
There's people that I know we would be much better off if they disappeared and we put new blood in, maybe. Well, I don't even know if new blood would really help. Because we just don't attract good people to run our government. We just don't.
Well, power doesn't attract good people. That's the problem.
It can attract some medium decent people.
I mean, the only good or decent people that it would attract are people who want to get rid of the bad people. But if the bad people were already gone, it would only attract bad people.
Yeah, and we can't. I mean, we would make a slight pay raise going to be senators. But people like John would take a big pay cut being an Oklahoma senator. They only make $38 a year. They make what I make.
Well, that's not true.
That is
they
true.
only make that much on paper.
That's true. If you wanted to not even necessarily break some laws, but if you want to do all the things that make it bad, then you can make quite a bit of money.
Yeah. That's why these people don't want term limits.
They don't want term limits. They don't want to shut down insider trading. They don't want to do any of that.
Exactly. Fucking trash ass integrity-less pieces of shit.
Well, they shut down the insider trading in Congress in 2012, but they also put themselves in charge of handing out punishments for that, so it hasn't shut down.
Yeah, so it's like, no snack time for you. You don't get a cookie this time.
Just before the war, conveniently, they were talking about pushing a bill to ban people in Congress from owning stock. And there was people in the Democratic Party coming out to support that, which makes a lot of sense since we can't stop the insider trading. So they would just not be allowed to trade anymore. Which
that would be awesome, but of course,
they're
never gonna pass that.
Well, no, we don't have any space in the media to ask them about that. We can't keep pressuring them about that because we have to keep asking them what we're going to do in Ukraine.
Yeah.
COVID was finally going away, so we had more bandwidth to ask them important questions, but now that COVID's going away, we got Ukraine.
Yeah. But, the way I see it, that's all pointless anyways. So it's kind of like, I'm of two minds as far as, government goes, because I got kind of this whole, I would love it if everything was, the better, more progressive kind of side, but then I would also love it if the government would just fuck off and go away forever. So
I feel it.
I just don't like it the way it is now. With all these really shitty bills happening, with all these abortion bills and fucking trans people bills and gay people bills happening in all these red states where they're just straight up ruining everything.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the don't say gay bill thing again. It's not of course it's stupid, but I don't know how much damage it really does. I haven't looked. The day they announced it was the last time I looked at it. But
well, the way it's written is very damaging because there's a whole lot of this can be considered fucking basically a lot of we can sue the fuck out of you if you do this bullshit.
I know it's deliberately ambiguous, and that makes it a problem to even assess, but
yeah.
Stupid. And Oklahoma's trying to pass some more bills to imitate Texas on their abortion laws, so.
Yep, and then there's the whole shit about, if a child is offended in class or whatever, the fucking parents can sue the teachers, and if the teachers get money or whatever from some other place, they just be fired and blah blah blah. It's like, bro, you're really just trying to get rid of teachers.
Yeah. Really
There's something. I don't know. Hang on. Let me write down something real quick.
Is it penises?
Yeah.
I think they were talking that they're going to be sending in the military to substitute teach soon.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you guys, the whole fucking public education system is so fucked.
Yeah, nobody wants to touch it, so you can't attract good candidates.
Yeah, no one wants to touch it because they don't get paid, and now they're gonna fucking get sued for saying specific things. Like, hey, white people kind of fucking sucked in the past. There was slavery and shit, and it's like, oh, really? I'm white. I hate you, teacher. Go to fucking get sued for $10,000, and don't even think about getting a GoFundMe, or else you're gonna get fired for 5 years. It's like, yeah, fuck off. Nobody wants this job as it is.
Yeah, we need to be able to go fund the teachers so that they can keep telling the government to fuck off. But they're not. I mean, Canada set a really dangerous precedent shutting down the bank accounts of the people who are protesting with the truckers. And I know that's not something that you can do in America, allegedly on paper, but they were able to do that by passing emergency powers acts. And we have a history of doing some dark shit with emergency powers acts. So
yeah.
it was scary when China implemented a social credit score, and then India has been trying to go completely paperless money, DNA-based bank accounts and shit.
Weird.
And I heard Mom saying that Biden was talking about a national crypto, which would essentially put us into the cashless society situation, so the government would know everything you're doing with your money too. It is. I don't want to get red-pilled on some shit, but there are some things of concern that just making society bad. And the only thing that we can really do is it is coming down to the eat the rich point where like we just refuse to go staff shitty jobs.
Yeah, which I'm fucking completely down for. If the job is going to be fucking garbage, don't do it. Fuck those people.
The outrage this
Fuck
week from
the
people
employers that are doing that shit. Fuck the goddamn government that's making it worse. Like, fuck your stupid kids.
Yeah, the people
You
who
teach
refused to take their kids to school this week in the snow for the schools that stayed open during the snow day, it's kind of wild. Like, it was like a quarter of attendance because people were like, no, fuck, it's dangerous. Someone gets hurt every time we do this, and we did telelearning for 2 years. There's no reason for us to get out in the snow. This is stupid.
Yeah, and then the whole thing about the fucking president being like, hey guys, you can all go back to work now. It's like, yeah, with the fucking gas prices what they are, bro. Like, this is the time that you're going to tell everyone, hey, companies, it's okay to bring your people, force them back to work. It's like, really, dude? Fucking awful timing.
Yeah, what's a presidential mandate mean to come back to work anyway? Like, I really do not believe that my company will be able to bring us back to the office.
It's dumb that they fucking want to. It's so dumb that all these places are like, yeah, we got to go back to work. It's like, here's an idea. Fire your stupid fucking managers, and then nobody needs to be at the office. And guess what? You can sell that shit and save money. You fucking idiots.
The only case that my business has to bring back people to the office is that there have been reports of lack of productivity because people are not being micromanaged to a call center level of satisfaction, where call centers are usually just completely in fucking human places to work. But that's also because the job sucks. So if you make us show up to the really shitty job where we don't get to see our dogs anymore and we have to spend all that fucking gas money, like, guess the job sucks. We know that now. We know it to such a degree that the people would rather sell beads on Etsy than go back to that fucking job. Like, it's you got to do something. Like, I know I'm freaking out about how little I'm being able to perform my job, but at least I've stuck in there to play people that have not. I don't know. But that's also self-abuse because I've constantly self-sabotaged myself. I've lost my last 2 or 3 jobs self-sabotaging myself. Just, I don't know. It's flagellation for me to keep trying to clock in on these phones. I hate this job. I was good at it when I was good at it when I was in the right environment, but I can't. It's feasibly not a predictable. It's not a good future for me to be there. There's no movement up, and I'm not good at the job right now. I can't do it effectively. I definitely couldn't do it full time, and I have to have a full time job because I have to be an adult at some point. But it's God. It's just everything's such a shit place. It doesn't make sense for me to quit this job to go do fast food either. It's stupid.
I mean, I'm kind of at the point where it's like, you might be better off just quitting this job to take the fucking stress off and then finding something else.
Yeah, I could go
because
no money,
I feel like
go straight to editing.
Yeah, because you're like, because it seems to me that you're just like sitting here like worried about whether or not you should go to work, and you're not like, it's not helping you.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything to live in either direction. I can't do it. I can't do either successfully.
And you're actively like making your internet seem worse than it is to not work. Like,
I'm so
you're working
smart.
very hard to not work.
It only took a second. It just, it's a great idea.
Yeah, but you can't. But you had to spend at least a little bit of time coming up with that idea.
No, it was on the fly. Like, I doubt my genius. I told him the internet was bad, and that's why I'm dropping calls. And he's like, "Send me your speed right now." And I was like, "Okay, bitch." It was a flood of inspiration. That happens. Doesn't happen very often anymore. I don't get inspired by anything. I don't really enjoy watching TV or listening to anything. And then sitting down to do something creative is impossible. But yeah, just try to get out of work. Here's something.
Yeah. But my point still
Gotta
stands.
kill it.
I think it's probably just a better idea to just have that off your plate.
I do need to just kill it. I don't know. My mom's brought up, do I really want to be there every time I go back? I should just, I told her, of course fucking not, but I have to make money, but.
Just burn that bridge and move on.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. I've been enjoying having a little bit of pocket money because I did go back for a couple of weeks and I got my tax return, but I need to be able to keep up enough money to keep my Adobe subscription at $30. That was a Black Friday deal, and if I miss a payment, I might go back up to $60.
Yeah.
My life gets a lot better if I can do this job for 4 hours a day while I build the other thing. But there's like a year of evidence that I can't.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't beat myself up for that.
If you can find something else, then it's probably better. But
yeah, hopefully the OMMA doesn't listen to this podcast and calls me back and I'll have a new thing to start.
yeah.
No way anyone who listens to this podcast hires me for anything.
Hey man, if my shit gets picked up off the ground, I might hire you as an editor. And I think I'm probably one of the only other people that listens to this podcast.
I would be so stressed to miss a deadline for you or John. I was pretty motivated to do the TikToks every day. I'm gonna go back to do a coloring book after this probably, but yeah, it's, I don't know, that's probably, I have until April 29th, and I keep wanting to like overachieve in some place. I have until April 29th to get the trailer done. It should only take me a few days of hard work to get the trailer.
Yeah.
But I could go ahead and get my actual Fiverr up and going, because I know where I need to get I've got some coupon codes for Pexels, for like the paid, or not Pexels, whatever. One of those stock footage sites that actually lets me get access to advanced like Red Dragon Helios footage that's ungraded, so I can do some real flex grading and show real heavy duty color grading for more difficult clients, because I don't have access to that footage on my own. I've got plenty of, it's hard to get footage from John, as I've seen, but I got Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera is probably the biggest camera I've shot on so far, which, it's the lowest end of cinema viable cameras, but it's raw. It's Blackmagic raw. It's still giant. Well, I did that in ProRes. Shot that in ProRes because I didn't think I would edit Pharmacos. I don't know. I should focus. I should do that first. I don't know how long that would take to cut the reel though. I had a job offer in Oklahoma. Not really an offer, but someone in Oklahoma. I forget who it was, like a museum or something, that needed a videographer editor that just wanted my reel. I told him I'd get back to him. That was like 4 weeks ago.
Damn.
Yeah, I had a bite.
Yeah, so maybe get yourself that reel first, just in case stuff like that comes up.
I have 4 really shitty reels. I need to do better at assembling the reels. I don't have all my raw footage either. All that's at John's. But that vocalremover.org is pretty successful at getting me just dialogue cuts, so I can do the rest with music.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. It's just sitting down and doing it. But I've got, I don't know, If I was really busting ass on it, I maybe have 2 weeks of full-time work to get all of the editing things I want to accomplish done. Just a lack of accountability, and my schedule keeps flipping because I keep doing insomniac shit. Then I gotta worry about balancing the actual day job. I'm not using my weekends properly. I gotta beat Elden Ring.
Yeah, I've been. I gotta do editing shits as well. Because I have 60 hours of video to go through.
My TikTok edits are solid, and I've got all those things templatized, so it only takes a few minutes to put out a TikTok edit. I probably spend 10 to 20 minutes in Photoshop, matching the before picture to the after picture with like puppet warp and whatnot. But
yeah, I was wondering how you did that shit.
yeah, before picture, after picture, and then I got to Photoshop the before picture to match over the after picture. At least make sure the face parts line up well, and the corners.
Yeah.
Warp gets me most of the way. Puppet warp gets me the rest of the way. And then in post, it's just a PNG of the before fades away, and then the after's under it. And then the page reveal is just the page reveal is just a mask because I just opened the book and there's just a mask that goes to the clean PNG.
Yeah.
I think that's the bet because I've seen other people on coloring book TikTok either one showing their hand coloring for a second and then going to the next section, or doing what I started out doing, the smash cut, and you just run the phone at the page and back up.
Yeah.
That's common, but I think this is one of the best ways to do it. I think I nailed it with this one. I'm keeping it that way.
Hell yeah. I remember whenever you first did it, I was like, whoa, he's like getting in there.
Yeah.
He's fucking doing some shit.
I get comments like, oh, I thought I was tripping for a second. And it's just like, that's it. It's coloring book should be chill. And the fade in is good. And that's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's a minute, it's 59 seconds, it's repeatable. It doesn't take that long to do. Nailed it.
Nice.
You listen to anything?
Oh yeah. There's this lovely band called Bloodywood that Steve Terryberry did a video and they were in it, and I was like, this is super fucking dope. So then they just came out with their like first big album. They're a metal band from India. And they have like a lot of traditional instruments, like Indian instruments and shit.
The sitar?
And it's really fucking cool. Yeah. So that it's Bloodywood, and the album is called Rock Shock. It's RAKSHAK. Yep. Good shit. So that was a thing I listened to.
I realized I was avoiding music, and then I sat down outside to smoke, and I listened to Breaking Benjamin Saturate again. Just a weird teenager music pick.
Was that like their first album? Like
it is.
Polyamorous on it or whatever?
Yep.
That's
their
a good
best
one.
one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's got the least of their gimmicks are there, but it's still got more honest like band figuring out a song type of shit on it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I haven't listened to a lot of their stuff. It was like their second album that I first heard anything from, and so I liked that one. And then I went back and listened to their first one, and that was probably my favorite. And then like the third one, like Diary of Jane or whatever the fuck it was, did not like. And just didn't really follow up after that.
They started getting cringy after that. It wouldn't be a bad, well, shit. I said this about Nickelback. I could go through and maybe find some gems, but I did not make it far into the Nickelback challenge. That was really rough.
Yeah.
I know I don't care for, at least if they've put out newer records, I know I don't like the middle of their catalog. I know I don't mind Ben Burley's voice or his writing, and that they were doing great work with like percussive guitar things at the like it was just before Gent really took off, they were just at the right spot of heavy, normal rock. They weren't like metal, but you know, they were heavy. They had pre-Genty stuff that was cool, and then they got into their formula, which was really cringy, and then Gent took off, new metal, not new metal, hard, whatever, but metalcore took off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're kind of just that, their genre of music is just not something I really listen to anymore, because it is very, like, formulaic and kind of just, like, hard rock, like, you know, Chevelle kind of sits in that same area.
Yeah, it does. Had some bangers.
You know, that kind of stuff. Like, when I was younger, I really liked it. Like, I can still listen to, like, there's a few songs by both of those guys, both of those bands and stuff that I still like, but overall, it's, like, just not stuff that I'm looking for.
I could not say that Saturate's a great album. I could say that I listened to it on the way to school a lot, and nothing's going to stop me from enjoying it.
Yeah.
And that's great music. That's the best music, frankly. Can't really beat your teenager music.
I'm going to disagree.
Fuck you, bitch. Everything you like sucks.
Yeah, that's fine.
I saw you softening up a podcast or two ago about listening out to new music or not being ashamed of taste or whatever the hell, but fucking teenager music is good.
Well, I'm just saying that from my experience as a teenager, there's a lot of garbage that I cannot listen to now.
Yeah,
that I listened to back then, like Simple Plan or Yellow Card or shit like that. Like Simple Plan just came out with a new fucking song with fucking Derek from Sum 41. Weirdly, I haven't listened to it, but I saw a fucking music video thumbnail for it. I was like, what the fuck?
I bet new
Simple Plan died.
I bet new Simple Plan is probably pretty good. Assuming they didn't molest any children, I bet they're pretty cool now.
That's so funny that you say that. Kind of. It's also dark.
Well,
did you hear something, or are you just making a joke?
It's in the 2005 groups all the time. I told you about the brand new grooming teenage girls and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, the bassist for Simple Plan is not their bassist anymore because he was accused of some shit. So,
just taking a swing, man. It seems like there's a high success rate taking a swing at those people. They were making music that kind of sounded kiddish, like it was pop. It was a poppy version of a young person's genre. Like there was a lot of emotionally damaged teenage girls at the Warped Tours. It's easy pickings. It's real easy pickings. You don't even have to shower. A lot of those dudes look like they smell bad. They absolutely do. They're living in a fucking van for months at a time. What do you mean? Yeah, but they can get a shower. Dude, fuck, Warped Tour was basically Epstein's Island. Like, it's just people paid to be there. I would not be surprised. Like, I know Brandon Urie just evaded some accusations, I think. But even he had accusations. My biggest accusation is that
I don't think
sucks.
it was him. It was someone else from like Panic at the Disco back before, but he was complicit in it or whatever. Like he didn't say anything. He fucking knew about it or whatever.
Bill Clinton didn't snitch on Jeffrey Epstein, so there you go.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't put that on a shirt.
Shady shit.
Warped Tour was the first Epstein's Island, or the second.
Sad. Fucking bunch of awful people.
Good music from those pedophiles.
But, you know, once again, I think it's it's a weird fucking power thing. Like, because those people were all fucking, like, pretty goddamn young, and then suddenly all these people are just like, yeah, we want to fuck you. And it's like, that's... I mean, it's fucking gross and it's wrong, but it's also like, that's, I don't know.
Yeah, if you go back and watch the music videos of those like young and successful pop punk bands talking about relationships and stuff, they'd look like gross, nerdy dudes. And all of a sudden they were giant pop stars. So like, there's definitely a lot of psychological precedent for being trapped in an age, at least in your peak or in a place of rejection or a place you were molested. And it's like, it's easy to like to make the not to justify anything, but to like see is like, yeah, you were being rejected by all the girls who didn't give a shit if you played guitar in your high school, and then you were a platinum selling act at the Warped Tour with all these 16-year-old girls in corsets throwing themselves at you. Like, sure, yeah, I understand why at 20 you did that. You at 34 need to fuck adults.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
they're there
it's like
for you.
when Bill Burr was talking about, you know, fucking rich dudes cheating on their wives or whatever. I'm sure you probably heard that thing. That
Somehow I
stand-up
didn't.
bit. Well,
Maybe
he's
I
just
did.
talking about, like, everybody, like, ugly poor dudes want to fuck all the chicks too. They just don't have, like, a fucking bus of Scandinavian women all just trying to jump on their dick, you know? Like, everybody wants to fuck a bunch of people. It's just most people can't do that. So, you know, the rich ones do. They can do that.
At the moment, I have too much social anxiety to cheat. I'd say if you took me on as a mate, you'd be keeping me as a pet, pretty much.
Yeah, and I'm just not... Like, that just sounds exhausting to me. Like, I'm just not that kind of person at all. Like, even if it was an option, like, if I'm with somebody, that's just way easier. Fuck it.
Well, you're
No,
getting
thank
hot
you.
now, so you might fall into a sexual revolution if you start going out and being social at places in public.
That's too hard.
I mean, you have some casual conversations about sex and let people, like, you don't have to tell people you're single, they'll ask. And then there's females, and then if they ask if you want to hang out, you say yes. And then, you know, then you form some kind of mutual agreement to fuck or not fuck. And that's just normal adulthood. And then, you know, you could do that now. Your base of your audience is larger now that you are getting more attractive because you were hideous before. But
That's fair. Yeah, it's so fucking weird looking at pictures of myself, like on Instagram or fucking like random pictures that my mom has. Like, just seeing that and being like, man, I thought I looked good in this fucking picture. I look like a fucking sphere. I look like...
You were never ugly though. You were really round, but you were never ugly.
Yeah, like I look like a Ziploc bag full of potatoes. Like,
You know, your face held the weight better than other people. Like, my face is holding weight very poorly, and I didn't sphere. I didn't get that heat.
well, that's because you're really
body.
tall, though.
That's true. I do have that. I do have some
Yeah,
kind
you
of
already
fat
got
Viking.
that going on.
I have fat Viking energy, but my body shape is kind of weird, and I have no booty, which is disappointing. You really had no booty. You had a line between a part of your back down there. I used to call you out
That's
for
true.
that all the time.
I still don't. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get a booty, but it's not working very well.
Dude, I just want a butt to not have a belt anymore. I feel like that's such a great, of all the exchanges you could make in the world, no more belts and you have a butt. That's not even a trade, dude.
Right.
That's like a full fucking success. That sounds
I know.
so awesome.
Belts are the fucking worst. But I have found something out. Chairs are so much less comfortable now.
because
it
you're
fucking-
bony.
Yeah, because there's not as much cushion. It's like chairs get so uncomfortable so fucking fast now.
That was the only time
It's
I ever
crazy.
told someone that they had a crazy butt was I just told a girl, it's like, you could sit in any chair you want, can't you?
And she probably didn't even understand.
I've used that with friends before, just like, dude, check that out. She could sit anywhere. She is comfy.
Yeah. It's like the biggest thing that sucks. Because, like, even if I'm doing, like, you know, if I'm at work all day standing, so I'm like, I'm just going to do the fucking bike for cardio, it's like, dude, my ass fucking hurts. This sucks.
Gotta get them squats, boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing
working
body
on it.
weight exercises at least when it's cold. I don't have a space in my room where I can really do that because I have a giant laundry pile on one side and no space on the other, and the room is very small, and I've got the bed and the editing workstation and the furniture that the parents already had in there. So I'd have to, like, I don't know, commandeer another room or do it in front of people. And that's not a good way to start. You got to build confidence.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever like exercising in front of people. That's why I go to the gym when no one's there.
Yeah, that's hard. That looks like it sucks. Like, I definitely couldn't imagine being a woman doing it, but like, Jesus, man, yeah, there's people at the gym like to roast other people not doing great at the gym or doing stuff wrong. It's just like, I'm working something out, bitch. Leave me alone. Help me out or go away. And also, I don't want to talk to people, so please don't help me out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like I just that's a I'm fucking doing a bench press or whatever. I'm just like I don't want a spotter. Like obviously I could lift more if I had a spotter, but I don't need it. Like just stay away. If there's somebody there, fucking don't come over here.
Well, if I get the call center job at OMMA, I'll ask if I have access to that gym. I'll come spot you. And you can teach me how to do basic gym shit.
Hell yeah. See, I'd be down for that because
it's not weird. It's just gay.
Like
yeah.
Yeah. We're in love. It's perfectly fine.
That would be the gym buddy. Actually, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've failed in front of you in so many ways before. Failing at the gym, fine.
Sure. I don't know about all the failing you've done in front of me. I mean,
I'm coming to grips with my self-worth issues instilled to me by my parents. And it's a journey, so maybe it's not that many failures, but it feels like it.
Yeah, I know how that is. It's such a weird thing because, like, I had one of my other friends, like, gets down on himself every once in a while. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? What are you even fucking talking about? And then I think about myself. I'm like way harder on myself than this fucking guy seems to be on him, and I just think he's dumb. So maybe I'm dumb. Wow.
Yeah, I gotta pick those carefully because I do so much roasting because people like it, but then it's just like, I don't know. I give John a lot of positive encouragement when he's on a creative endeavor most of the time, except for the photography because I just don't believe it's a real art form. So he probably shouldn't talk to me about that. But then,
anyone can photograph shit. Fuck, you got eyes, true. You can photograph something.
We both know what he's doing is not impressive. We both know it. It's just like I've been clear. It's something you're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing great work, especially with the costume stuff. Like that's really the thing is finding the thing to photograph is more impressive, and you make the thing and it fits your niche really well. But we both know photography is not a real sport. It's a joke hobby.
Well, I think the reason for that is like how I feel about all the shit that I'm good at. Whenever somebody else does it, I don't think it like if they can't do it exceptionally better than I can, I don't think it's any good. Like that I feel like that's what your deal is too, because you're like his costuming and shit is great. It's like because you don't do costuming, like you're a photographer. Like obviously you're seeing him do that, and it's like I can do that too. It's like that's how I feel about a lot of drummers and shit. It's like you're a fucking shitty drummer. It's like no, I can just do that, and I'm down on myself. I feel like I'm bad at it.
I've been propping up my friend on Instagram. The same one who couldn't drive in the snow, because she's just starting her photography journey. I'm just like, you don't understand how easy this is. You're saying when you get better, you'll get it. Please just go do it. You're going to find it on your way there. Photography is really easy. Like it is genuine. My sister picked it up. She took a class at the college. She was texting me about it, getting a picture, getting opinions on her photos. And I'd send her like a Snapseed edit back real quick and be like, do this instead. And she did pick it up in like a semester on an online course, and she's loving it. She's loving photography now because it's a great fun thing to do, and it is really, really easy. Yeah. But John is good at it, and I should stop qualifying that it's not hard when he's excited about stuff, because that's an abusive thing to do. I know I know it hurts him, and I know I don't like doing it every time it comes out of my mouth. But then he's just like, I don't know. He gets on a high horse, and then he punches down at me doing Pharmacos or like the festival I won or all that shit. I'm just like, well, you calm down.
Yeah, certain people have this. They're not very emotionally intelligent, and they don't realize that there's certain things that whenever you joke about them, they don't feel like a joke. And that's kind of the problem. Like, another person in my life likes to make little shitty snide remarks and say they're a joke. And it's like, no, You need to fucking figure out if you're a friend or a bully here, man.
Is it me?
You need to just I mean, early on when I first met you, you were that guy, but that's not so much a problem anymore. And I know that I used to do that in the past as well. Like, but I'm always trying to like lift people up if they're trying to do something or whatever. But like, you know, some people don't understand that there's some shit that whenever you joke about it, it's like something that people are like, if somebody were to say like, oh, like talk about my drumming or something and joke that like, oh, it's not, you know, you fucking suck at it or whatever. It's like, I've been doing this shit for like 15 years and I've always been like, I never feel like I'm good enough. So whenever somebody says that, it's like, you fucking hit an insecurity and that doesn't feel like a joke kind of situation. So like if you're talking about someone's skills or like how they look or something like that, it's like, yeah, that's kind of shitty because that's something someone can be actually insecure about versus something like, haha, you did something dumb. Like you dropped a thing and that's fucking hilarious. You know, just dumb shit like that.
Yeah, John will go 15 layers deep when I'm trying to actually talk about shit. And sometimes that gets annoying because, like, I'm trying to, like, are you actually rooting for me, like, in certain areas? Like, getting, like, you're talking to people who need editors or that need other cinematography or to bring people on. It's like, are you, I really feel like you are only talking shit about me to other people, which did actually happen on Scandalous Tales. I got an assistant credit for all the work I did. Like and I've talked to all of those people about it before. It's just like, you know, that's fucked up. Like, yeah, that you gotta respect me more than that. It's not funny, especially like once the credits are finalized. Like I've got to be able to. I did so much work on this thing for free for a year. I've got to be able to send people the links and show them that I was at least a gaffer on this thing because I shot a lot of these episodes myself. And like, you gotta give me. It's not funny. Like, you can't degrade my value all of the time. Like, it's cool to make jokes, but, like, actually, like, representing me and stuff, you gotta stop the jokes at some point, because I gas you up for photography gigs all the time, because you are good at it, and like, you actually love doing it, and I find it so goddamn boring. But, yeah. Just, you gotta know where the line is somewhere, at least for friends.
Exactly.
And then just shitting on people's skills. I don't ever do that, like, to strangers, at least. Like, I've never called you a bad drummer. I don't think.
Yeah.
I've never shit on your guitar playing.
Not that I can remember, and I feel like that would have cut deep.
I've never shit on your guitar playing. I did question your power chord technique, but then I was also like, hey, power chord technique is really clean, even though it looked lazy to me. But you were doing it right. I changed. You were bar chording. I didn't understand what bar chords really were, because you just do the 2 fingers for the whole power chord, and I was doing 3 fingers, and I was like, is that clean? It's because I have a bad ridge on my fingers. My main knuckle ridge is really deep, so I was like, I don't understand how people can bar chord so clean without squeezing the fuck out of the guitar. I can't do it because I have a deep ridge there, and it's gotten deeper since I've been working my hand out. So I have to hold too many fucking strings. Dude, my hands are jacked. You like lift your thumb up. There's a little tiny bicep. It does. God, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not like, I can't. If like, I know early on you used to do that shit like before we really knew each other, but like that's not an issue.
I got that from my sister. My sister's 30 something and she's still doing that, and I talked to her about some things not long ago, and it was just so miserable to be talking to somebody who was talking like I was at 19, and to see her being 30 something and not grown past that. And it's just like, you can't enjoy yourself or other people or grow. You're just being shitty for the sake of shittiness. And I still feel that in me. We got that from Dad, and that's never going to go away. And it's really hard to fight, but like, she's not trying. And it affects us too, because we treat ourselves that way, and that's really bad.
Yeah. Yep, it is true.
It's hard to catch yourself on, though.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll say something and I'm just like, that's not conducive to anything. It's just rude.
I am the toxicity a lot of times. I've definitely held people back.
Yeah, I'm working pretty hard on making sure that I don't do that shit. I feel like I got like pretty good at it around the time that with Idea, I was always trying to be like, we can do whatever, you know, like I was tried very hard not to ever like put down any ideas.
We shit on Aaron a lot, but Aaron was genuinely not prepared a lot.
Yeah, but I wasn't like shitting specifically on his ideas, except for like whenever he would show up with like a weird news story and be like, "Let's talk about this." It's like, I don't think you know what we do here. Like, but yeah.
Burp. We did a lot of burps this podcast. That's good.
Yes. But yeah, you listen to anything else?
I've been listening to more Lex Friedman podcasts because I don't know. I was kind of in a void of intellectual podcasts, and he is the best podcast on the internet, hands down. If you're just like into general podcasts, because he's the MIT professor of artificial intelligence. He's not just like a random idiot. So when he has scientists on, he's really got the good questions. He's not Joe Rogan just asking random questions or questions to like confirm a bias. It really good intellectual and philosophical conversations. They're long as shit podcasts. They're like 3 or 4 hours. But he's gotten more innovative with his ad placements. It used to be like he would do all of the ads at the beginning, and then he just like set all the sponsors, and now he's gone to all of the sponsors are in the description below, and it just starts the podcast.
Oh.
There's nothing. He's not trying to make money off of this. But he is the #1 tech podcast now, and I think he's like in the top 5 podcast period. He's grown so much, which is crazy. Because I started watching him just because he was on Rogan one time, and I thought his AI research was fascinating. But he's cool. He's a Russian immigrant right now. He's possibly working on a standalone episode where he gets all of the he takes a lot of opinions or information from Ukraine and Russian citizens, and he's going to just interview regular people. Which has happened on a couple of comedians' podcasts. Tim Dillon. A Ukrainian comedian reached out to him on Instagram, and they seemed like a joke at first, and then they legitimately had him on, and crowdfunding for weapons to fight the Russians and shit, and just talking about what it's been like to live in Kiev right now, and it's hard not to be inspired by the Ukrainians right now, aside from their actual literal Nazi party militia group and their blatant racism, but. the spirit of their whites is so strong. I said some dark things in that, but those are all proven.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and agree with this, but
when people were doing the fleeing from Ukraine, they were not letting black people on the train. And then Putin seemingly made up all those stuff about Russia or Ukraine having Nazi occupation. Near Crimea, they actually do have a neo-Nazi militia. It's complicated. So, we can't judge a whole country off of that. It's still inspiring, but maybe do we need high gas prices the whole summer?
Well, you can blame the stupid fucking oil companies for that shit.
That's true.
They're just being assholes. Oh, we can raise the prices? Yeah, it's definitely because of the Russia thing. Absolutely, it's not because we have a lot of oil sites that we have permits for and aren't drilling or anything. Totally. We can just raise a little extra. Let's make our bottom line just a little nicer.
We stopped those drills. For good reason. We might turn them back on. We have reserves we can release. I don't know. That situation's complicated. We could be doing more about the gas prices. I don't know if we will.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of shit that could be done that, I'm going to go ahead and blame the fucking Republican dickbags taking all the money from the oil companies to stop, progress from being made so that we're less reliant on it.
Yeah, that's been a weird turn. Because it's a normal part of economic theory that certain places that produce a high quality and a high volume of a product. If we live in a global economy, we allow them to produce those things while we produce other things. But America doesn't really produce anything but culture. And we have an oil economy, but it's not strong enough. And we definitely need to be not dependent on countries we don't like Russia and Saudi Arabia. And we've been refusing to do, and that might mean things we're not comfortable with, like letting the Keystone Pipeline happen or finding other oil reserves places we don't really want to drill.
Well, I mean,
the
Keystone Pipeline already is a thing. It's already happened.
I think we want to keep making these ideals to go solar or wind based, but like if we're still using oil, we're still using oil, and we probably need to make our own oil.
Yep.
Sucks,
this
bro.
This is true.
World's
but
complicated.
We also just should probably stop with the oil thing.
And we should kill Putin.
We should kill a lot of people.
But
especially
a lot of
Putin
people.
Right now. He's like top of the list right now.
Yeah, the other people they're on the list, man. We're looking at them, but can't
it's
do
a really long hypothetical list that isn't written down anywhere, and we're not planning to do anything about, and aren't endorsing anybody to do anything about. But honestly, if this list of people just fucking died very, very brutally in the most brutal way possible, I don't think anyone would be sad.
No, but we really cannot live in a world where assassinating political figures that are bad for our national security exists, because that's a permit for other people to do that to us. So there's a reason we don't do that.
Maybe those people could be on the list as well.
America, again.
Get rid of the assassins. We get rid of. This is just. Everybody mind your own fucking business. Mind your P's and Q's. Let's just fucking leave everyone else alone.
Or you will be world policed. We will police you from the world.
No, I'm talking about America too.
Oh.
Everybody in America, go fucking be alone for a while. Keep your fucking noses out of everybody else's business.
I've had some pretty
including
negative...
your fucking neighbors, including your fucking everybody.
Isolation has been a little bad for me, but I do tend to stay out of people's personal stuff.
Well, I mean, that's more what I'm referring to than anything. But I mean, the politicians can all just go to Wyoming.
Man, our political episodes are bad.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot has happened since we last spoke.
Yeah. We've held our breath on a lot of stuff.
Obviously, there's like a fucking war happening now.
Yeah, it's a really fucked up thing going on.
Yeah, and it's, the world is shit.
Yeah, it's pretty hopeless. But that's never been good for us to treat it hopelessly. But both been in that camp and gone back to our parents' house for it, so it's a bit better to.
Well, yeah, you just got to keep in mind that none of this matters.
Nothing matters.
It's a whole lot of noise, but it is legitimately just like all these fucking all these people, these like 20 people up at the top of the fucking world, owning everything and controlling all the little people, which we're part of the little people, unfortunately. They're up there playing their Game of Thrones, and we're the fucking peasants having to deal with their bullshit. And it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and the difference between that really destroying your entire life and future and that being something you could ignore is like $50,000.
Yeah.
They could make us complacent.
It's like not even a lot of money.
They could make us complacent. They could fix it. $50,000 is even high. Like if you up most of the things I would do by $30,000, I don't give a fuck about the whole world. You could shut me up pretty cheap. I'd be complacent. It took away complacency, dumbass rich people. We were ignoring you for a while.
It's such a fucking easy thing. It's just, if you just follow this one fucking rule, mind your business, all the fucking problems are gone.
I have to mind rich people's business. I need to know why they have so much money.
don't have all these fucking assholes at the top making stupid fucking rules for policing everybody else. Guess what? Mind your fucking business. Real easy.
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be another 3 weeks before I can see if weed's gonna help my fucking panic attacks. Fucking government.
This is the first day I feel it's necessary to go smoke some fucking weed.
Well, I'm glad I could walk you to the edge.
Yes, to the edge of this cliff where there's all this bountiful cannabis everywhere.
It's true. They did give us the weed back in small dose. Well, no, because fucking there's like 18 of the legal marijuana states that won't let you have more than 1% THC. And I didn't even look at the THC in the cartridges that I put in the cart for when I get my weed cart, but they're like 70%. I don't even know if I could do that.
Go slow.
Yeah, one hit's gonna do it, man.
Yeah, maybe not even a full hit.
But they're 10%
You gotta smoke
CBD.
like a fucking. You gotta smoke like a wuss. You gotta do it like so many people I know that just recently started smoking weed that just don't like. I fucking go hard. I know how to do it. My brothers taught me.
I expect to
Where
pass
you're
out a
like-
couple of times at the beginning.
You take a big fucking hit and you hold it in your lungs until you can't anymore, and you blow it out, and then you sit there for a minute and you
That's
wait.
that's how I do it. Every time I've smoked.
All right. Good job.
Well, no, okay.
But with
so
this-
I always
with this
do the
high-
deep. I always do the deep inhale, and then like I wait till it's like slowly trickled out of my nose just to prove that I have balls. But then I've also tried to keep up with people who actually smoke weed, and I always wind up blacking out because I'm drinking
Yeah.
it on top of it. So.
But with how
Yeah.
powerful this shit is, you probably just want to take a small hit. Maybe not hold it in forever.
I'm gonna take one real rip.
Then you die.
70's
Fucking
a
out.
lot, dude. They're not kidding.
You're
Like that. This
asleep.
is not your parents' weed anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Your dad's weed is actually a company, which is just like low THC, high CBD joints.
Oh, yeah. I think Dead Meat Podcast is sponsored by them.
They've been sponsoring. They're a good podcast sponsor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Potter, one of the comedians that had
What the
some.
fuck is that sound?
It's either the God, no, Lord of the Ring references are failing me. God. It's either a group of Nazguls or somebody was really
Nazgul.
stopping their brakes.
Okay.
Jesus. I kept coming up with the word banshee, and it's like, it's not a
I
banshee.
knew exactly what you were talking about, but the second you said Lord of the Rings, I was like, oh, I don't
'Cause
remember right now.
There's the things from
Yeah.
Harry Potter that I keep calling Death Eaters that are not Death Eaters. No, they are Death
The
Eaters.
Dementors?
The Dementors, yeah. But they don't really make that sound. Nazguls do make that sound.
Absolutely.
God. It's such a bad
It sounded like
bird.
someone screaming, and then it sounded like somebody slamming on their brakes.
Yeah, the busy intersection's not that far away from here.
Well, I'm surprised that I could hear it. That was very loud.
Yeah, I was surprised that you could hear it too, because I was like, wow, I wonder if he hears that. And then you did.
All right. What were we saying before that?
The world is shit.
Oh, yeah,
I
we were
need to-
talking about weed.
Oh yeah, weed. Yeah, I'm excited to start my weed journey. I don't know. I was really making big progress microdosing mushrooms, but I just can't do that here. They will
Yeah.
not let me grow mushrooms here, which is fair. It is illegal.
Yeah.
Can't really complain about that. But that was a lot of
Hopefully
big
weed
progress.
suits you.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
thought that I would be a person that would smoke weed like pretty consistently, but I'm cool with it.
The crazy thing about mushrooms was once I started leveling a bit on the microdosing, I would just stop taking them for a while because I was being successful with that. Just getting a good baseline for a little bit was enough to ride clean for a while.
Like how long's a
and be
while?
productive. Like a couple weeks.
Huh.
But that's not bad if I'm like I microdose for a week, or every few weeks I take a real dose and sort out some issues, and then I go back to being productive. Like that's way better than taking SRIs.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, my anxiety medication will work for, if I miss a day or two, like it'll work for a couple days after that because it's like slow releasing or whatever. It builds up in the system. But, after that, it's like, haha, I'm super fucking depressed.
I was able to take a dose and then like take a couple weeks off for the mushrooms, or do a week on, do a week off. Or do a week on a microdosing, or at like a point in the weekend, take like a small actual dose, like do a gram or a gram and a half, and really gain perspective and feel level for a while.
Oh yeah,
it was great, but that is illegal, so it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hopefully, weed'll do something in the ballpark of it.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like
maybe
weed is going to be a little more active, I guess. I don't know how to... It's going to affect you more. Because you'll be high,
That's fair. If it can't help me take calls, hopefully it can at least let me get back to the other stuff, because that's really the big takeaway from this podcast, that the world is shit. Elden Ring is a really dope game. Pop punk musicians are fucking pedophiles, and I need to quit my job.
Yeah, and I don't know what I really took from this podcast.
A lot of negativity.
Yeah, that kind of feels like it. But I feel like it's helpful because I don't feel like I got more negativity from it. I feel like I just got to vent it a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I should when I go back inside after this, actually sit down and try to talk to my mom and make eye contact. That seems like a huge challenge. It's my fucking mom. I should be able to look at her.
Yeah.
But I have not.
Like I've said before, I don't really look at people at all.
Yeah, I haven't looked at any of them in months. And it's affecting them. I can see it. And they're trying to force it on me. And I get mad.
Yeah. Well, people need to quit doing that shit.
Well, I've called mom out on guilt tripping. I haven't done the big speech, but I was if she starts doing something, I was like, I'm not taking a fucking guilt trip. Ridiculous. Put that back in my childhood. I'm out of here.
Yeah, one of my nieces was here hanging out with my mom or whatever, and I went down to cook some food, and she's like, oh, look who finally came out of his cave. And I was like, are you fucking... This little 8-year-old girl's gonna fucking do this shit?
It's hard to cuss out an 8-year-old
shitty
girl.
Stuff. I'm gonna punch you in the face. No.
My parents trained me to be like that too, man. I need the space. I'm doing stuff in my cave. My cave is important. I've created a nest. All of the hoarding I did that I got evicted for was nesting to keep. A lot of it was keeping people out and making sure that I couldn't have new relationships or have difficult relationships. But also, I don't know. I need a small space that is alone. For sure. I definitely am an introvert, and I definitely need an alone space. And that's not something that I have to be guilty about. That's where I am creative. That's where I recharge. Because if I have to sit in the living room for more than an hour and a half, I can't look at people. I got to get the hell out of there.
Yeah. And whenever people are shitty about that shit used to happen to me all the time when I was a fucking teenager. They'd be like, oh, look who finally came out of his cave. It's like, yeah, and now I want to go back in my cave. Even if I was coming out here to fucking hang out with you people, you just made me want to fucking not do that. This is not conducive. All you're doing is, oh, you're shaming me for fucking being by myself? Fuck off.
Mom really gets it now. I should just tell her that me coming out to watch Colbert is a big effort, and just tell her straight up, I want to watch Colbert with y'all, and that's a lot, and then y'all in the mornings is too fucking much.
Yeah.
And those are the spaces, and I'm not trying to avoid eye contact with you because I don't love you. It's just because, I'm clearly living in your house because I'm having a problem. And it's been a year, and I haven't taken full hard measures to addressing those problems. Man, it really was when I was doing mushrooms where I was really building all those editing gigs and putting all that shit together. And I was really sorting stuff out. And I just declined. I'm drinking again. it's I don't think I'm going to stop until I get on my weed card because I'm taking a break to play video games and drink, and going back to work was really hard, and I only went back to drinking a little bit to see if it could help me take calls, and I went right into the trap I thought I would. I'm not taking calls. I'm not going into work. I'm sleeping late. I'm staying up late. I'm ignoring shit. I am almost back into Elite Smash with Piranha Plant. That happened yesterday. I got 4 million GSP with Piranha Plant yesterday because I got a new controller.
I don't know what that means.
It's how they rank your Elite Smash. You get it's how they tell if your your power rating, your win rating is based on global success power or whatever the hell. But I got a new controller on my tax return, a cheap one, but a new controller that actually works. And I shot up like almost 5 million GSP yesterday because I hit a stride and I was just killing it. I also put 3 million GSP on my Jigglypuff. Like, I was killing it yesterday. I think I'm going to be, if I sat down and did it tonight and tomorrow, I would be in Elite Smash again over the weekend, which is important to me for some reason. But it's because I value my Smash skills.
Hey, man, any goal's a good goal.
I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Anyway, I have introvert issues and self-worth issues, and I should get back on mushrooms, but I can't. Hopefully weed does something, or I find some kind of internal resolve that is better than medication, because I still believe in the discipline, because I had it when I was a kid. I knew I had it when I was 19 or 20. I could just overcome stuff by willpower, but it never worked out, and that's probably an emotional trauma that sticks with me. I know if I work really, really, really hard, I'm going to wind up eating dicks anyway, and it makes it hard to do it. Yeah, I have a work-related trauma to editing because every time I have to edit, it's always been the worst situations to edit: high pressure, short deadline, poor results, and that's something it's hard to keep doing. But it's not real. I know it's not real. Like on paper, I can do it. I can do all of it. I've gotten better and better, and I'll keep getting better, and I can do it. It's just that wince, that pain right there at the computer. It's going to be, that's a challenge. And then going to work. I haven't set up any places in my life where I can find success, really. Because Smash Brothers was too stressful, which I found out was the controller. I'm going to blame the controller. I can find success in Smash Brothers this weekend, and that would be a big high.
Yeah. Well.
Hey,
like
I will do that.
Any goal's a good goal.
Yeah, getting back into Elite would be fucking dope. Yeah, that'd be a great post. I look forward to get back to Elite. I did lean into the TikTok because I was growing 80 or 90% a week, coloring things I don't really want to color to fucking childish looking whores.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were good. Smash Brothers and TikTok can provide a lot of quick emotional support. I should do more of those and quit my job and then get my fucking Fiverr up. Because I can't really say I'm trying to build a freelance business if I stop looking at Upwork gigs and I'd never really built my Fiverr. It's just a lie. It's just a fucking lie.
Yeah, that's kind of where I've been at, because I've been planning, like, so many fucking things and, like, vaguely working on stuff. A lot of fucking YouTube channel ideas and stuff, and I was just like, I gotta fucking actually just start something and start uploading. That's the thing, because I'm like, I have all these things started. Like, I have 2 fucking full Pokemon Nuzlocks. I got, like, I don't know, 40, 50 movie commentaries and shit just laying around, just ready to go. And it's like, I just gotta fucking start releasing shit, because that'll be the thing that gets me going.
You're hoarding.
Exactly. Because I'm sitting here and I think mentally I'm just like, what if it's not good enough? What if this is fucking nothing? And
the showing up
and
shit is always
really
the easiest
you
stuff.
just gotta fucking do it. Say what?
I said the showing up stuff is always the easiest stuff. The cinematography was really easy for me to do because I could just show it's happening. It's happening in front of people. It's happening right now. It's happening on a schedule. Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Can't not do it. I have to show up.
Yeah.
Well, I really have to do that for editing because I'm not really doing it.
Yeah, you just gotta take that. You just gotta do that jump, and then just go. Because over planning, you're just not gonna do it. I realized that with all this shit that I have started just laying around and thinking like it's gonna be so cool whenever it's out. Whenever I decide to fucking finally do it. Yeah.
Yeah, a routine would help, but I've always routine never fucking works out. The schedule has been obsessing about having the perfect schedule has also been a giant obstacle because I can always just do 2 or 3 hours of editing. That's more it's all the lies I go through every day. It's become my full-time job to lie to myself, frankly.
I know how that is.
I lie to myself. I'm so brutal on myself, and I'm still lying my way out of doing stuff. Yeah. Totally pointless.
Yeah, it really is frustrating.
Is there a big life change, or do I stay a piece of shit? Because Dope 30s was supposed to be a thing, and I turned 30 in August.
Well, shit, get dope, bro.
Maybe. I definitely can't live here forever. They haven't asked any questions, but, I don't want to be here forever. I find it very draining to have roommates.
That is... yeah, me too. Me too. Like, they've said, like, you can stay as long as you need, whatever. And I'm just like, dude, this sucks. I hate that I'm back here. I hate that this had to be an option.
Yeah, yours was a clutch time, though. And you genuinely tried to live in your car instead.
Yeah.
I genuinely went homeless, so...
Brutal. Yeah. So I'm just, focusing on this one fucking thing. Because that was the other thing. Like, I had so many ideas and shit that I wanted to do, and after looking at all the different YouTube channels and YouTube content and shit that I wanted to make, on top of other things like art and writing books and all this stuff, it's like there's not time to focus on all of this. That's just nothing. Nothing will happen if I want to do everything. So I just picked one, and I'm going to go with that as hard as I can for as long as I can and see what happens.
Yeah, month off, month on, maybe. I don't know. The coloring book thing happened on accident, so that was easy to focus on. But also, I've got like 3 coloring books I actually like. So, fuck. Ugh. There's so much dubious quality on these fucking things. Like, even the Link coloring book, you could tell was made by 7 different artists because some of these drawings just fucking suck. And, like, there's places where they crapped out on the back. They'd always crap out on the background. It's so ambiguous and impressionist for ink line drawing. Like, I don't know what the fuck is back there.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like, a lot of the fucking Legend of Zelda art fucking sucks. Like, I had multiple calendars. I have one right now, and I'm like, damn, it's too bad only 6 of these months look any good. Like, it's crazy, because it's like, wow, some of these are fucking, like, painterly, awesome fucking pictures, and then some of them are just a really shitty drawing of Link with a blank-ass background. It's like, why would you choose this for the calendar?
Yeah, the pages of the coloring book that just have 5 Zelda characters standing next to each other are just, like, really disappointing. So I don't want to do that.
Yep. It's like, come on, man. There's so much good shit, but then there's also so much bad. I don't understand.
It's because the world is a bad place.
Damn it! That's okay, nothing matters. When you die, nothing happens.
That's not nothing. I mean, you would have to say that about before you were born, because, like, what happens after you die is the same thing that happened before you were born.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
You remember before you were born?
No. Pretty crisply, there was nothing.
Exactly. And one day, the sun will explode, and the Earth will be no more.
Yeah, but we'll be, I mean, not you and I, but the oh, wait, I don't care what the rest of humanity does.
Exactly. Doesn't matter.
Hopefully they'll be on a different rock.
Maybe.
And that's so far away enough that, like, we might evolve to something that maybe the sun exploding is not that big of a deal. I mean, of course, there being no rock here is a big deal. But we might evolve for cold. We might evolve for radiation.
I'm pretty sure that the Earth will have gone before that happens anyways. It'll be uninhabitable by that point.
There being no rock is kind of why cells can't evolve an immunity to alcohol, because it's just completely gone.
Yeah. That reminds me. Nah, go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. My battery's been on the last bar for a while anyway.
Okay.
I did do it for comedic timing, but...
That's pretty good. No, I was just going to mention that I was listening to a new book. Like, I haven't finished it yet, so I don't really want to necessarily mention it, but it's Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, the dude that wrote The Martian and shit.
I remember.
Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy book.
I ain't going to read anything.
It's about, there's, like, these weird, like, alien things that are basically, they call it astrophagy because it's fucking basically eating the energy from the sun. So Earth is basically within 30 years gonna fucking die from the cold and shit. And so they basically build this fucking crazy spaceship to go find this other place because there's a star in the distance that isn't basically being eaten by this shit, and they're trying to figure out why. And it's so that they can, you know, save Earth or whatever. It's pretty fucking cool.
Man, writing sci-fi stuff would be dope. I've always wanted to do one for several years I wanted to do one about a team of government hired people, because we have that dumb, well now we have the general information that like light travels from a place and we see what happens based on the time that we see the light. So it would be an interesting, like, it's not really a good story. It seems like more like an amateur forum board story to have a team of people who go to different locations in the universe to like record the JFK assassination from the available light. Once we can travel faster than light and decrypt certain events, it would be a better comedy series to like find out that like how JFK actually got shot totally different than we thought.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah. Like,
I had a book idea that was, that I started in, like, fucking high school about, like, it was kind of similar. It was more time travel-y, though. But it was also about, like, the Grim Reaper traveling through time to kill people in ways that they died in history, essentially. But yeah, kind of the same thing, figuring out how shit happened differently than what we think it was. But I like that idea with the fucking space travel-y shit.
Unprofessional witnesses. And then they could all have their own different little political motive. It could be an interesting. It would only be a good comedy series if I had a great ensemble of unique characters that always had a certain interest in certain outcomes, and then it slowly falls apart as they're actually watching what happened. Yeah, but
that's
somebody smarter than
idea.
me. Somebody smarter than me could do really cool things with that. I don't know. I think that's a great idea. I don't know if I'm the best to execute it.
Well, if you're going for a comedy, you gotta get Matt Groening in there.
Matt Groening would love it.
Yeah, he's doing really smart shit on those shows. Got those fucking geniuses working on Futurama and shit.
It's just so pulpy and short natured. It seemed like its best format is short narrative, like short fiction. But it would be a Matt Groening, like if Matt Groening wanted to do an article every week. Yeah. Like you didn't expect this, or a 5-minute short. If he started a YouTube channel.
Man, I would subscribe so fast.
Yeah, I'm rewatching Futurama, but I didn't feel like bringing it up because I'm only on episode 9.
That's funny. I was actually put it on the other night to go to sleep. Crazy.
It's so good. It is so clearly bothering my parents that I never laugh when I find something funny. It has gotten them to stop laughing.
What's wrong with Jeff?
Because are you laughing because it made you laugh, or are you laughing because you want everyone else to know you understand the joke? And that's
I am the laugh track.
Yeah,
I'm letting you know that it's a joke.
Most people are the laugh track, and I've stopped doing that, and it has made for several years it's made some people uncomfortable. But people like John are smart enough to know I smile at least when I find like that's good writing.
Yeah.
It's okay to laugh if Jeff is smiling. It is a joke. You've got it.
Yes. Laughter. Smiling. It is what it is.
I should probably stop this recording.